something that could make sense. They hate when I keep dreaming I'll be famous, but I don't give a fuck, I'ma keep chasing. I got all this potential that's deep inside of me, but they hate when you're successful cause they try to be. They sit there being judgmental because you're trying things, and they just want you to settle and do the right thing. So get a good job, don't slack off. Wake up every morning, make a good impression on your boss. Don't do anything that I wouldn't do, and when you're making money, make sure you don't spend it too soon. Fuck that, I'll do what I wanna do. I got a different path from everyone, and that includes you. Who are you to tell me how to live life? In these times it feels like nobody is right, yeah. So I'ma figure out what else we succeed, and then invest all of my time into that and proceed. I need whatever the hell could make me happy, and I don't think you have a clue what could that be. They tell me that I'm never gonna make it. They want me to do something that can make sense. They hate when I keep dreaming I'll be famous, but I don't give a fuck, I'ma keep chasing. They tell me that I'm never gonna make it. They want me to do something that can make sense. They hate when I keep dreaming I'll be famous, but I don't give a fuck, I'ma keep chasing. I think this life could be special if I get rid of the devils. They think that I am a rebel, I think they want me to settle. There's nobody on my level. They think that work is too stressful, I think that work is essential. The grind is all in your mental, and I don't think you understand what I'll go through just to be in control of my life soon. All the negativity, man, I'm immune. I don't really need a mask with all I've been through. I've been making changes for the ages. 5-10 year plans are contagious. I attack that shit, I'm tenacious, and if you ain't, get the fuck out of my way then. Got one life, I won't regret it. I will fight until I get it. I'll look back one day from heaven and say, damn, I learned some lessons, and say, damn, I have no questions. I had fun in every second, and the journey was a blessing, yeah. They tell me that I'm never gonna make it. They want me to do something that can make sense. They hate when I keep dreaming I'll be famous, but I don't give a fuck, I'ma keep chasing. They tell me that I'm never gonna make it. They want me to do something that can make sense. They hate when I keep dreaming I'll be famous, but I don't give a fuck, I'ma keep chasing. Never stop, I'll get it if I want it. Gotta make to myself a promise. I won't quit, keep going till I got it. I won't give up till I'm on top. Yo, no, I ain't the type to give up. If I do something, man, I do it till I get what I want. I turn a business out of nothing into something I love. I got a poker face, but honestly, I'm not one to bluff. I flip a switch, never miss, man, I always stay up. Don't let them see you, bitch, always have a plan to stay tough. This life ahead of you ain't easy, it was built to be rough, but that's what makes a personality is tragedy, bruh. So keep your head on your shoulders. Now we ain't out here moving rocks, we out here moving boulders. Now we ain't getting posterized, we out here making posters, and we ain't got nothing to hide. We move forward like soldiers. You better wake up for the pay stub, or you'll pay up. Don't make love to the game, bruh, fuck the game up. Change up, rearrange stuff to your greatness. Famous for the way up, play the game, bruh. Never stop, I'll get it if I want it. Gotta make to myself a promise. I won't quit, keep going till I got it. I won't give up till I'm on top, yeah. You know I'm always honest, there ain't no way I'm ever stopping. I won't quit, keep going till I got it. I won't give up till I'm on top, I'm always flirting with pain, she like to hurt me and maim. I'm always working to change, but she's still lurking the same. I keep on building a dynasty while the haters be trying me, but they hate from inside. You see, hate themselves in society, so I let them speak quietly while my actions speak wider. See, they be hiding in privacy with the screen. Oh, the irony to hate someone who's trying to be whatever they would like to be. We all feel the anxiety, we make our own rivalries. Yo, so where is all the positivity? I feel like we all just hate on everything, it's killing me. Thoughts build quick, causing different possibilities. Negative thoughts will cause different disabilities. So do better, work hard under pressure. If you got no time, work smarter than ever. Don't ever let them tell you that you can't never say never, and turn your mind into the truest to go-getters. Never stop, I'll get it if I want it. Gotta make to myself a promise. I won't quit, keep going till I got it. I won't give up till I'm on top, yeah. You know I'm always honest, there ain't no way I'm ever stopping. I won't quit, keep going till I got it. I won't give up till till I'm on top, yeah. Yo, I'm like an addict, do I gotta have it. I ain't even playing, got a really bad habit. If it moves, gotta grab it, fuse like a magnet. Lose, won't have it till I'm doomed in a casket. I ain't playing, got a weird mind. If you work 8 hours, I'ma work 9. If the shit tastes sour, you should taste mine. I'ma stay in power for a long time. Get up, nah I ain't a quitter. Toss me the ball, I'm a really big hitter. Big picture, I'm a straight killer. Rising the song to the highest bidder. Got juice, got gas, I'ma move fast. New shoes, new tracks, like who's that? I'm new, come back, better than last. Yeah, it's a new me, never gonna look back. I'm never gonna look back. Cause damn, I was built to last. You move slow and I move fast, and that's facts. Only I can make a change. Slowly take a step today. I will never be the same, cause that's what it takes. Form of art. I'm never gonna look back. Cause damn, I was built to last. You move slow and I move fast, and that's facts. Only I can make a change. Slowly take a step today. I will never be the same, cause that's what it takes. It's our time to shine. Show that's the kind of state of mind you gotta combine with hard work and time. You gotta climb to the top. Don't let yourself drop till your heart stops. Let this beat rock. Got a new clock and a new stock for this new rock. Just let your mind loose from the new stock. Drunk off the goose, thinking that I'm Tupac. Getting caught with a few thoughts cause I'm too lost. Off the speakers can't even handle me. Giving what I got, nobody's gonna drain my energy. And I will never stop, I'm motivated by enemies. Setting up shop so everybody remember me. And though I am not going through life regretfully, I'd rather work non-stop, what they call incessantly, than work some odd job just to live life pleasantly. Already got lost in my mind, not a fantasy, I'm getting all gotten soul, so stop, drop, and roll. You lost all control and pop off your balls. I got squat, I fold, I'm not bought, I'm sold. My stock rocks, it's gold. Hey, knock, knock, she holding shit, talk to close. I ain't stopping though, it's hip-hop, you know. Or is it rock and roll? I'm not dropping, don't know my pockets grow. You can't stop the show, so get rockin' on. So let me break it all down for you. I ain't never giving up, I ain't never giving up. Taking that crown from you. I ain't worried about you, I ain't never. So let me break it all down for you. I ain't never giving up, I ain't never giving up. I'm taking that crown from you. I ain't worried about you, I ain't here to make it. Yeah, I ain't never slowing down, keep on going till I'm best. Yeah, no, I'm never slowing down cause we're blowing up. Yeah, I ain't never slowing down, keep on going till I'm best. Yeah, no, I'm never slowing down cause we're blowing up. Hard words like a weapon, attack with no questions. In my own section and they still disconnected cause their mind's been infected and they're filled with objection. Too filled for recollection so we're losing all attention. They don't know I'm in contention cause I'm gaining their attention. Cause I'm making a connection. Lyricism and aggression got me feeling my ascension. In my passion, my profession, I'm attacking my obsession. Taking action and progressing. I go off on the enemy, that's what makes them scared of me. Make my plans carefully, then execute them daringly. They say I act recklessly, but that's why I'm effective. See, you can't predict my tendencies, I offer no transparency. Some people think I'm lost, others think I'll be a legend. I'm gonna stop till I'm one above second, and my thoughts at the top, but my mind stay present. Don't let your dreams stop, cause dreaming is a blessing. They tell me all the same, told me I won't make a name, but it's not about the fame, it's about keeping me sane. So I stay within my lane, feel my blood pump through my veins, feel adrenaline, no pain, welcome all to my domain. So let me break it all down for you. I ain't never giving up, I ain't never giving up. I'm taking that crown from you. I ain't worried about you. So let me break it all down for you.
Welcome to Marantz Rantz, no advice on finance. Spin the wheel and take a chance, get an NFT and a little education. The system got undertow, that knowledge is flotation. You wanna learn? Well, you came to right place. You pumping AMC, might get slapped in the face. Get your due diligence, know who the villain is. Don't be a sheep when the shepherd's carnivorous. So come learn, laugh, and maybe you win big. And listen up, y'all, the wheel is not rigged. Everybody get a chance in the live chat. Kyoto spin wheel, you win just like that. Retail fight back and this retail winning. Y'all just wait, man, this is just the beginning. All fellow simians, GME group singing the truth. We just chillin', infinity pool swimming. So welcome to Marantz Rantz. A lot of knowledge but no advice on finance. Don't even need pants, you can tune in naked like Kenny the Mayo Man. Internet's most hated. Don't wanna lose your money, then it's time for you to listen. If you're ignorant, invest in AMC or Superposition. The stream about ready, they told us to don't dance. I do what I want. Welcome to Marantz Rantz. 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 Welcome to Marantz.
First off, welcome back. Welcome back to Marantz Rantz. Plenty good information, a little bit of motivation, a whole lot of truth. No financial advice. Excuse the cat hair on my shirt. Hercules just wants to make me hurt. I said a good morning to all my friends. I'm right here till the very end. Rock. Yeah, I'm a rapper. No, I'm not. Hey guys, listen up. I listen to a lot of 80s music. Yeah, a lot of 80s rap when I was growing up. Don't start with me and my cadence. Hey, just to be real with you guys. Welcome back to Marantz Rantz. Plenty of good information, a little bit of motivation, a whole lot of truth, no financial advice. The banks are crumbling, and I don't care. I just laugh. And here I am watching Immutable X. That's what we're going to be watching right now in about, I'd say about an hour. Tells me an hour, right? Am I crazy here, or was I a little early? I got to make sure I'm looking at the chart right. Let's go look at this really quick for me. It says starts at 10:30 for me. 69 minutes. 69. Yeah, that's all I get. 69 minutes to tell you exactly how I feel. Tell me how you feel. Hey, let me tell you something, guys. I woke up praying for Dr. Disrespect. Not for me. I know people are looking for like gaming connects, and I'm more along the lines of actual industries. So whether it be I would tell you Epic Gaming, which would be Fortnite. If it's going to be Blizzard, which would be everything, right? I'm just looking for certain connects, and if they can go that route, well, shit, then I'm down. But as I was reading in the chat on this damn stream over here, it says I'm being ready to get let down. Another big letdown. And what are you talking about letdown? I mean, what are these people looking for? What are they mad about? Who are you pissed off at? Are you mad because GameStop's not making this huge announcement that they partnered up with so-and-so? Guys, relax. All this takes time. And when everybody comes, what could GameStop do? Amazon, could it be like us and Amazon are partnering up on this NFT market? No, they're doing their own things. Everyone else is, until they realize what Immutable X is. And for anybody out there that's invested into GameStop and does not know what Immutable X is, I will draw it back and I will explain it to the best of my ability. We're one of the originals here, guys. We actually invented this shit called a GameStop wallet. The how-to video, how to actually get a GameStop NFT wallet, is one of my most watched videos of all time. It's there. I made it a year ago. What is Immutable X? Immutable X is a gaming company that's been on Web 3.0. What is Web 3.0? Go watch all the other videos. But the way it works, guys, is Immutable X has partnered up with GameStop a year ago. And the plan is to make Web3 gaming, it's just mass adoption, as in everyone knows how to use it, how to do it. Kind of like you 25 years ago when you had no idea what Warcraft was, World of Warcraft. You didn't know what actual PC gaming online was. You didn't know what an iPhone was. You didn't know what iTunes was. You didn't even know what an app was. until it was adopted, until people started looking into it and saying, okay, this is the next thing. And trust me, people are reluctant to do it. Before you ever get to Facebook, before you ever committed yourself to that, you were on MySpace, right? And there was another one too that I can't even think of. But everyone was doing other things before they did the main thing, right? Well, right now, everyone's doing other things before they come do the main thing. And the main thing is Immutable X. Immutable X has built a platform on their layer 2, and that's Ethereum layer 2 blockchain. And by doing it this way, you are an individual asset possessor. Like, you actually own the assets within the game, the NFTs themselves. So it's called play to earn. And as we play the games, the longer we play them, the more NFTs we actually get to keep and make, and you can in turn sell them. Now, I will give you examples of all this later on. I mean, we've done it 20 million times on this damn channel. But for you guys that don't have NFTs, or you guys that don't have a GameStop wallet, go Google the shit. Go to YouTube, say how to. You can go to my channel. I have tons of videos. Watch the 30 interviews we did with launch day creators on the NFT marketplace for GameStop. We are, I don't say we were, but we are up to date on what NFTs are and what they can do. And we're going to get a huge announcement from Immutable X today as far as what the partnership is. As you guys know, GameStop committed $100 million, and they pledged that to any creators, any founders of what Immutable X is building. So they've promoted that. They also have the Immutable X token, the IMX token cryptocurrency, which is how they basically pay these guys. I don't even know how it really works on that end, if it's the DAO that it is. But we've gone in detail in the past on all of this stuff. Just know Immutable X is going to make a huge announcement today, and we're going to find out what it is. I know that Robbie Ferguson, the CEO and founder of Immutable X, who's been there for about 5 years now, and they're based out of Australia, but they're a gaming company, and it's lock and step with GameStop. Whatever they're doing, GameStop's going. We know that there's multiple games out there, multiple platforms. We've played them on here. You know, the Gods Unchained. I know you guys are looking like Illuvium or whatever the hell that game's called. People play Caraverse, which is like Fortnite, but with NFTs, as in you can play your own character, own NFTs that you own, and you can put them on and upload them. I have numerous cards and items that I could sell on my Immutable X platform stuff. So if I ever go right here, I'll show it to you in a minute. Here we go. Just so that we all know what we're looking at. We're going to go here. Let me turn up my volume. So as I go to my web page, I'm going to go to my wallet. It'll lock in right now. Wake up, wallet. All right. Boom, boom, boom. Type in my password, and I'll bring it up for you guys. It's going to be open a new tab. There we go. So this is my GameStop wallet right here. So I have Immutable X tokens, about 28 cents. I have 5 cents on Loopring, and then I have $107 on ETH itself. It's always going up because as I hold this wallet, no one can take this from me right here. That money there is reflective of the current price of ETH, the current value of ETH. So as ETH goes up, which it has, my stuff's gone up around $11 in the past X amount of months. It just goes up. So you earn a good percentage if you have your money parked over here on GameStop wallet. Now NFTs, here's all the NFTs. Wow. Okay, I got swinging like a wrecking ball. But got a ton of NFTs here, guys. But as you guys see all the NFTs that we can pass around to each other, and they have value on the marketplace themselves. But what you can do is you can actually go up here and click on Loopring and go to Immutable X. When I click on Immutable X, here's my gaming NFTs. So my gaming NFTs are here. These are all within the game. So if I'm playing Gods Unchained, I can sell this card here for any price I want to. I can put it up on the marketplace. And if you guys know how to do that, you just have to go to the GameStop marketplace, which, you know, everyone should have a homepage on that. It's going to be GME NFT, right? Well, it used to be on my first one. But is it going to allow me to get the hair? Oh my goodness. I got to go the longest way to get there only because I don't have my other screen on there. I could have just hit NFT. So here's the collection itself. You know, this whole thing about this bunny is on Bed Bath & Beyond's advertisements. Don't even get me started on that shit right now with these guys. I'm about to tear up Bed Bath & Beyond today too. Don't worry. And if you're an AMC guy, I'll tear you up as well. Quote that. And yeah, it's okay. So here's all the games and how they're connected through the GameStop wallet. You guys can see it. So if you ever go to my wallet on here, you can go to my actual wallet, which everyone can see. It's all publicly traded information. And here they are. Here's all the NFTs that I can sell on the marketplace. So if I ever want to sell them, I can just click on the card and I can manage the NFT and I can hit sell and I can pick a price, confirm. Yes, I'm going to confirm that it's me. And I can sell my actions, list it for sale. Boom. And then I can just pick a price. I can pick 0.0001 each. So 2 cents. right? List for sale. Just give you an example. I don't even know what it's worth, and I'm just going to put it on to confirm. Going to sell for one fraction of a whatever, approve, and now it's for sale, okay? I don't care if it sells, if it doesn't. It's not. I'm not even trying to. I'm just doing that to show you that you can put it for sale. And there you go. So I got that from the game. So the fact that we play the game and I have these NFTs, you can mint them. You can do it however you got to do it, and it works. So those are the games that you can play right now. You can play Bucked In, which we've played before. You can play Undead Blocks, where it's like a survival game with zombies and stuff. Third-person shooter, Caraverse. It's the one people are playing. Gods Unchained, the card game I just talked about. The Immortal game, which is chess, I'll pass. And I do want to play this Guilds of Guardians, but there's other games being built right now, Explore Game Collections, and everything's out here being built as we speak. And Immutable X is the engine of which they're building on top of that layer 2. There's a $100 million grant program, like I talked about. So if you are a game maker, then you're going to be partnered up with Immutable X and try to have a shot at $100 million, or a portion of it, I should say. So this is the beta of the GameStop wallet. It's still in beta mode, guys. It's still starting out. I have Guilds of Guardians NFT to give away. Just because I have one, I might as well give it away. Kyoto, I think I'm going to give that bad boy away today. So if you're in the Discord, guys, it's pinned to the top of the chat. We give out free NFTs. Go ahead and drop your wallet, and I'll pick a winner. I'll do a wheel myself, and I'll get it to you. The one I'm going to give away is right here. I'll show it to you. I'm going to give this one away right here. Guilds of Guardian, the Guardian Hero one. It's right now listed for $1,761. That's just the price I put on it. Don't worry. I don't know what it'll sell for, but it's yours. This little guy is part of the game. Arcus is his name, but it's part of the Guild of Heroes. They have a lot of them that they're selling, and people sell. It's everyone who's selling something, right? They want to sell this, so if you want to buy one and you want to use it, I don't know exactly how it works, because I don't play the game. I'm busy, and I'm not playing that game just yet, but I do have NFTs for it. They're obviously worth something. So anyway, I'll get back to you guys on that. Let's go ahead and put up the chart behind me for, Bed Bath & Beyond. Now, we're going to actually stick it with GameStop for today. For now, we'll talk about Bed Bath & Beyond in a minute. I don't have time for their shit today. Oh, man, I can't wait. Oh, by the way, GameStop, green. So is Ape. So is AMC. Oh, my God. We run the same. This week, right? Or today. Somebody just said in the chat, GameStop's about to hit 1625. I doubt it. We just did. We bounced off of it, but I appreciate you guys so much. All right, what happened there? What did it say? Marantz. I read something. Somebody was trying to tell me something. I get IMX drops in my GameStop wallet somehow. Oh, that's cool. Whatever it takes, bro. And good morning, guys. Good morning to everybody. Thank you guys for showing up so much. Yeah, about the playlist that I play in the morning whenever I'm waking up. It's Netflix. I love his music. I think he's a positive role model for a lot of kids out there who want to play some music. In addition to that, we have this Immutable X thing going live. I have it here. It's on loud. Let's turn it on. Let's see. No music. They're not playing any music. Well, it'll come back in 58 minutes. It's down. It's ticking down. So when it's ready to go, we're going to be ready. I'm live. You think these guys know? That WAGME's announcement, not IMX announcement. I don't know what WAGME announcement had. Josh Wright been saying it's Blizzard for like 2 days now, so I'm happy for him. I'm reading people's chat. I remember everybody. I tried to at least. Yes, Stepbro, Marantz, yes, I'm here. I see you guys. I appreciate it. Am I getting another phone call? Let's see what I got here. Sir. Of course you are, but it's all good. You're worth it. What's going on? Yeah. Oh, okay. That's right. That's right there at my house. Oh, at the white one? With the gate? Yeah. Yeah. They made that a rental property for like Coachella and everything. Yeah. Yeah, I hear you. Do your thing, but I'm in the zone. All right, later, Pops. That was my dad. Telling me he's right down the street working on a house. He got called up to go do something. All right, well, go do your thing, Pops. Love you, man. Anyway, back to the chat, back to the channel. We got time to read the chat today before I even get started. But I will touch on numerous other topics if you guys want to talk about them. Obviously, Credit Suisse was bought out yesterday. They agreed. I believe what I read was $3.25 billion to be bought out. It does not make anything go away. I just want to put that out there. Numerous banks, I believe it's like 200 something banks, they said already, they're on the verge of collapsing, and everyone's asking the Fed to back uninsured deposits for 2 years for regional banks and mid-sized banks, whatever they deem is that big, right? The risk is ridiculous, and I don't know how we're okay with backing that much money. But that's the when I start thinking about it, guys, this is more of an administration thing than it would be individually, like what the ramifications are, because it's just making you not scared, basically. It's not like they're all going to run on these banks, but these banks want some type of assurance that their bank's not going to get run on. That's the difference, because they know what's going around. What I had said yesterday, or I'm sorry, last week, if you guys watched the live stream on Friday, I said it feels like people are buying deep in the money, or out of the money, deep out of the money puts, and they are pushing banks towards that put price. And that's what you're seeing on the stock as far as what's adjusting on pricing. As I look here, First Republic is all the way down to $14 already. First Republic Bank coming crashing down today out of nowhere, right? Touch 1152. This is going to come right back down. This is textbook just fear. That is straight out fear. And you can imagine how many other banks are going to have this issue. If we go look at the markets right here, we're going to look at top losers today. Top losers so far: Credit Suisse, Sunlight Financial Holdings, First Republic Bank. These guys are in trouble, guys. And there's probably more than that. Let's go ahead and look at all. I like looking at this shit. First Republic Bank just halted. That's cool. Let's see who else is coming down the path. This is why I told you, don't go chasing banks, guys. Don't go chasing waterfalls. Literally. As we keep going down, Bed Bath & Beyond is one of the biggest losers today. Hey, every time I see Bed Bath & Beyond, guys, I just laugh. Can I just laugh? It's not a real laugh. It's a fake, like, evil guy laugh, or like just a fake I'm broke kind of guy. Yeah, look at this shit. It's Monday, right? Guys, it's taking off. This is the moonshot. This is what gets triggered when they announce a reverse stock split and dilution of 300%. This is what happens, guys. It's a straight moonshot to 95 cents. I told you so. Oh, go buy the weeklies. Go, go, go. You got 3 minutes. Go, go, go. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Excuse my language. I'm just letting you know. What do you want, Binks? I locked you out of the room for a reason, bro. Locked you out. Yeah, yell all you want, guys. My cats are out there battling one-on-one. All right, so check this out. I'm going to go ahead and read the chat, guys. I'm going to get with you guys, but I'm going to pick up on anything you guys want to ask or anything you guys want to say. I will tell you this. No, I still have something more to tell you. Hold on, guys. Give me 1 second. I got to open up the door for Binks. What's up, Binks? What's up, little punk? What do you want to do, Binks? What do you guys want to do? You need somewhere to run? There you go. All right, I gave him somewhere to run. I talked to these cats. Oh, it's Hercules again. Hey, I already told you guys. I already told you, Binks. Don't be fighting them. There we go. Hey, these dudes are ridiculous. Anyway, back to it. Check this out. I'm going to tell you guys a story. I'm going to tell you respectfully. I have done a lot of thinking on this. Everyone involved knows all the ins and outs of this, and I will explain it. This is a conversation to have because I don't keep secrets from you guys. Okay. I've spoken with Lindaril. I've spoken with Elmo, and I've spoken with Pep. Half of my producing team, right? And I've gotten some great information and some great advice. So I'm going to tell you what happened, okay, guys? Just so you guys are aware of how this all happened. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you. I've been thinking about how I'm gonna do this. So it's my cats, bro. My cats are fighting, bro. Just leave them alone. Let them do their thing. I call it human nature, right? Or animal, whatever. Survival of the fittest. Biggest guy's gonna win. Biggest guy's gonna pounce. They're gonna fight for like an afternoon. They'll get over it. It's like how me and my brother used to fight. We used to fight and just get down, and that's how we do it. Binks, I already told you to get the hell out of here, bro. And now he ran. Yeah. So anyway, here's what went down, guys. Okay. This might be the universe talking to me. This only happens to me, and I'm sorry that you guys don't know, but I'm going to tell you. Okay. The other day, I met someone. I met this guy, right? And we're talking. And we're talking on a professional standpoint, like about business. And he tells me in confidence, he says, I'm a bankruptcy lawyer. And like my eyes, my ears, bankruptcy. Oh shit. I'm like, oh, that's awesome. You must be doing great. And he's like, no, I'm more of a personal assets, like divorce lawyer type stuff. I don't know exactly what it was. I've seen his cases, whatever. And I'm not going to give you his name, by the way. I'm not going to give you his name. But I will tell you exactly what was said. I started talking about bankruptcies to him. And I started bringing up certain aspects of deals, of how I felt that they're orchestrated. And I explained Bed Bath & Beyond. Hey, Binks, if you don't leave this dude alone, I got it. Guys, I got to save Hercules because these guys are about to do it. Like, Almo's telling me no. All right. Hey, yo, Almo. All right. Binks, where you at? Go. Come on. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, you're too crazy. All right, y'all. All right. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna. No. You know what? I'm gonna do this the right way. I'm gonna do this the right way. I'm not gonna go into too much detail. I'm just gonna give you a background of what happened. Anyway. Oh shit. I don't know, man. It's scary out here. It's scary, guys. I actually heard a conversation I didn't want to hear. And yeah, no worries. You know what? It never happened. It never, you know what? Marantz is making shit up, bros. Just tell everybody that no, man, if I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die. Nah, you know what? All right, Ammo. All right. Now you call me lame Stacks until you call me and you find out what this is. Stacks, I'm going to do it a different way. All right, guys. Can I tell you guys something? I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to tell you a different way. Okay. Shit. All right. Listen up. You guys know we're going to talk about shit. Oh man. Here we go. Hold on. You guys, we're going to talk about, just move all the whole chat. Oh, man. Where is Linda Real when I need him? I called Linda Real last night. I said, yesterday afternoon, I called him. I said, hey, talk to me. He's like, Marantz, run. No, man, I think Elmo's like me. That's the problem. We're too much alike. Oh, shit, bro. Generalize it. Okay. Ruben, you know, Ruben. Okay, so let me explain. Talk to a bankruptcy lawyer. Talk to a lawyer guy. Here's what he did. And I hope Badass Trader's here. Badass Trader, are you here? I don't know if you're here. Okay. So here, check this out. I know. I'm going to do it all. So this guy tells me, and I'm not telling you their names because this is just too much, but this guy tells me, hey, you should read a book. And I was like, okay. And he like directs me to this book. And he's like, hey, man, you obviously have a big understanding of like what's going on with hedge funds and private equity and leverage buyouts and whatever. He's like, I think you should read this book. And he tells me the book, and I'll read the book to you, right? Yeah, I heard you, Amo. I heard you, baby boy. All right. So the book is, I'm going to tell you right now, okay? There's a whole reason why I'm telling you this story, guys. This is all 100% fact, right? Like, there's no bullshit here. The book is called The Caesar's Palace Coup. The Caesar's Palace Coup. And it's by Max Frumies or whatever. I don't know how to say his name. And Sujit Indap. I'm going to go read the book, The Caesar's Palace Coup. So he tells me, he's like, yo, The Caesar's Palace Coup, like whatever, right? He tells me. And when he says it, I just go, because you guys know we study a lot, right? We read everything. And I go, I know about that. I know about that case. And he looked at me and he's like, what the hell are you doing studying bankruptcies? And I was like, it's my hobby. Like, I enjoy it. I'm reading up on them because I want to know what's the role of a CRO, right? And he was just, that's a chief restructuring officer, okay? A CRO. And in my mind, what I've said, and this is what I said to him, and I've said to everybody, I said CROs are planted into companies at opportune times to emphasize one or two ways of leaning, right? And in my case, because I go from the Leon Black school of thought, the training of Mike Milken, I'm going that route, okay? This guy tells me, and in generalization, he says, oh man, you're absolutely correct. I'm just like, this is widely known. It's like normal practice, right? He goes, yeah, no, everybody knows, right? We know this stuff. All you can do is avoid it. Just go, okay, I know what's going on there, and walk away. So that's where the and listen, it was a lot more in depth than that. There was names dropped. There was, hey, this and that, and this and that. And I start going down my rabbit hole on the other end. I go home, start doing all my homework. Don't worry, guys. I have Connecting the Dots Part 10 coming out, and it's about CROs, Chief Restructuring Officers, because I have it. I have the connection. And when I went down this path towards Bed Bath & Beyond, because that's where I was, hey, guys, let little guys talk shit about me all day. Let all these guys, oh, you don't have any money to play, whatever. I'm the one doing the homework. That's the difference. So when I started doing the homework on it, I said, holy shit, I know what's going on with Bed Bath & Beyond. But in that little messaging between he and I, oh no, we're in contact still. But what I mean by contact is, hey, can I bounce this idea off you? Sure. But in between all that, the connection of Apollo formed, like in front of me. And it was like, holy shit. Because if you follow certain people, certain CROs, okay, Chief Restructuring Officers, if you follow them, they have track records. They're professionals at what they do, but they only do it for one side, right? The side of restructuring for the value of private equity for said hedge fund. That's the difference. And I actually put it together. I'm still putting it together right now. I can connect AMC movie theaters to Apollo. To Apollo. And what I mean by to Apollo, not just Adam Aaron, right? I'm talking about so deep, and I can go all the way. I can connect it all the way to Bed Bath & Beyond. I can connect it all the way to Neiman Marcus. I can connect it to any other company that Apollo has bankrupt and been on the board of directors with. I can do it. They're all together, and I have it all. I've been working on it, guys. I have a PowerPoint presentation. I even have a point of contact. I was asked to be interviewed with directors of the board for certain hedge funds that I don't want to name. And literally, phone numbers are exchanged, conversations are being had, and I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not going to go down that path of incriminating some of these guys, helping them incriminate themselves, because they have no idea who I am. They have no idea who I am. I was introduced as, it's almost like a damn Italian mob movie, guys. Like, I'm like who's that guy that Johnny Depp played in Blow? I don't know his name, but I feel like that right now. I feel like they're just walking me in and they have no idea I'm a Fed. Like, I'm not a Fed, but I'm just a guy with a mic and a camera. But I'm telling you guys right now, the shit I was told, I can't repeat, but the shit I'm going to show you is going to be phenomenal. There, I've said enough. I'm not going to say anymore. This is all show for entertainment. Thank you so much, Almo. Thank you for saving my life. That's what it is. That's why I get nervous when GameStop goes up. What the F am I going to do? There you go. Love the chat, love the channel, but I think Marantz been watching too many Joe Biden speeches. No, I don't. Country boy, you can say what you want about me right now. If you don't, I'm telling you, I'm trying to help you. Stay away from Bed Bath & Beyond, guys. Now I know why Ryan Cohen left. Because it wasn't going to happen. What he wanted to happen, he got a dose of reality. He got real life. And you can see Gustavo Arnel jump off a bridge, jump off a whatever, he jumped off a building. I'm not jumping off any buildings, guys. And if anything were ever to happen to me or my family, I apologize to my family first. But I'm just telling you right now, I got some shit. I got the juice. So there you go. But you actually thinking of Donnie Brasco? Yeah, man. You'll see. Stacks. Call me, Stacks. Call me, bro. Call me after this shit. I gotta talk to you. Yeah, PPCs is nothing, right? Must be so happy. He gets to buy more calls and average down again. Oh, yeah, that's hilarious. Bed Bath & Beyond, life and death. Yeah, it's going to be bad, bro. Billionaires die, B. Billionaires die too, B. Yeah, I know, man. I know. That's what has me nervous with what I was involved. Well, never mind. We ain't talking no more. All right, guys, good morning. My point is I'm going to make a Connecting the Dots part 10. Pay attention. It's deep. It's so deep that it's taking me 3 days to make it. 3 days to make it because I'm still digging down one path and then the other. And it's absolutely phenomenal. Are we ready to go on this meeting yet? How long is this until this announcement before we all start talking? I got 40 minutes to read the chat and hang out with you guys. I'll sit here right here on this page and we'll read the chat. Okay. Yeah, Hillary Clinton's into the chat. You know what? The names come up. We'll talk right now. How do I feel about GameStop earnings? I'm feeling great. You know, I think GameStop, they could produce a net positive number, or they could just come in and lost 10 cents a share. There's a lot of things, right? I'm shooting for 10 cents, but if they go positive, all hell's going to break loose. They're going to have to arrest Trump to just try to hide this announcements. But you can do whatever you want with our stock. I think that the best part about GameStop is they're not diluting the stock right now. They're not out of cash. They're not in a bad business position. You know, they're actually like doing better, cutting the footprint. And then announcements like today where Immutable X has an announcement planned for the day before GameStop announcements. Like that's bullish. It's hell. You know, I always tell you guys, man, I'm always bullish, but today I'm just, I'm bullish as fuck. It's just a big difference. So GameStop's about to break 17. Audio erotic. I believe you're the one who just said that it was going to go from 625. It was going to go down to 625. If I needed GameStop updates, I wouldn't ask you for them, but I appreciate you so much, man, for being a bull and a bear at the same time. That's hard to be, bro. I got to ask Rico how he does it. Hey, Marantz, sweet playlist. Can you post the playlist on the Discord? Dark to light, there is in the Discord. There's a music channel in there. There's a lot of songs and everything, but I'm just letting you know, you got to find Netflix. You just got to go to Netflix. It's Neffex. Netflix. That is the artist. He has over like 200 something songs. Just pick one, bro. They're all fire. Appreciate everything. There we go. Something about Bob Marley all weekend. You've been listening to Bob Marley all weekend? Let me tell you something. I'm not a reggae guy. I only know like 7 songs. But my wife is huge on reggae music, like because I don't know, she relaxes or she cleans the house. So when that shit comes on, she starts cleaning. I don't know why. She just always has. So I play it often so she can clean. And that's it. Yeah, baby, I got you. And she's happy to do it. She's right there. No woman, no cry. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, little pee-pee. Don't shed no tears. No, bitch, don't cry. I remember when Bed Bath & Beyond was $2. Now it sits down at 50 cents now. Some good times we had. Oh, good times we lost along the way. Ooh, you're still making shitty videos, though. Yeah, no. I'll put something together. Yeah, there you go. I will, I guess. See, when you said about to drop to 16.25, now it's about to push 17. Are you a bot? I don't know what you are. Play Netflix Legendary. Josh Brown, I played it yesterday for you. I literally played it yesterday, and I quote, that's how I know you didn't watch the show. I said, this song's for Josh Brown. Boom, and I played Legendary. I swear to God, I did it, and I even said that yesterday's live stream. Yeah, you need to catch up, punk. Good afternoon, Millionaires Ravens. Good afternoon. This playlist brings happy memories. Made me check it if I had enough singles. There you go. They'd be juicy. That's perfect. Holy First Republic. Yeah, I know. Trust me. Need some good news. So do I. I'm waiting for this news to come out, guys. I'm so excited. 37 minutes. It's going to drop. Who knows what it is? I mean, anything's good to me. It could be like, hey, we put a clock on the homepage. I would be get excited. I wouldn't even care. It doesn't matter. Every news is good news to me. That's it. Could it be like, oh, we're going under? No, that's not part of the news. So there it is. If it's Fortnite, I'm going to orgasm. John Jarbinks, if it's Fortnite, I'm going to go play it every day while I live stream. And our boy Cosmic's going to be the #1 YouTuber in America if it's Fortnite. Let's hope it's Fortnite. There you go. Sure. I mean, but I don't know. I'm going more along the Blizzard route so we can get Diablo 4 in there and we can start doing other games too. 4 put and a 450 call on AMC right in the middle, red on the both. Yeah, I don't know. If you're playing options, you're an idiot. I'm just going to tell you that right now. Good morning. Good morning. Yes. Good morning. Welcome back. No notification, gang. Sorry, Gomez. We posted in the Discord. That's the only notification I can really send you. Hello, folks. I made it. Chad, you did make it. Appreciate you. Chad, I appreciate all the great things you say to me and, you know, in chats and things like that. You're a huge supporter, and I really appreciate it. My favorite monologue I've probably ever done to start a show was on Friday. So if you guys didn't watch that, I believe it was Friday. And plenty of people have said, hey, I've watched this now 3 times, you know, whatever it may be. And I really appreciate that, guys, because it meant a lot to me. As you know, there's no script, no edits, no anything in front of me. I'm just spitting off the top. But I looked at it and I was like, man, I was saying some good shit because I don't remember what I said. I just speaking from the heart and it rolls. Did you see Larry Chang and Ryan Cohen left the Dragonfly board of directors? Well, it was announced that way. I also saw that previously they had come on and off that board. So I don't know exactly when it officially is done, but if it was done, it just the announcement came that way. People are trying to say that he left the board of directors the very same day that Carl Icahn's son left their board of directors. I wouldn't even go that far, but what does it really mean? Nothing. It doesn't mean much to me. I've seen what Dragonfly is doing. They're collecting funds, ready to pounce on Web 3.0 and merging that way for e-commerce. I don't know how that has any effect for Bed Bath & Beyond. You know, guys, I'm going to tell you something right now. This whole Bed Bath & Beyond phenomenon that just showed up out of nowhere, all because Ryan Cohen bought in one day, that is a hedge fund's wet nightmare, as in they're trying to push it onto you to say that he bought in, so you need to buy in. I've never felt that way. You guys know that when it was announced, I still didn't buy in that day because it didn't matter to me what someone else is doing with their finances. I buy in when I find value, and I found value back in July. And since then, I've lost all hope for the company. Since then, their CFO has killed himself. They have brought in numerous plants via private equity. And I'm looking at Sue Gove as in to do the wrong thing every time she can. And she has, with no explanation. And the explanation is that I believe Sue is a CRO, now CEO, yes. But she came in listed as a CRO. If you guys don't know about these chief restructuring officers, they literally are put onto boards on the board of directors to facilitate a vote in the direction of a company. They have been part of numerous companies over time. When you have a career with the company, let's just say you work 25 to 30 years, you're ready to retire from that company. At your tender age of 45, 50, 60, whatever it may be, you now have the opportunity to cash in on your expertise. But your expertise is that you want to retire. You're not looking to work harder. You want to work less for more money. And the way you do that is you actually sit on the board of directors for numerous companies on behalf of the hedge funds. CROs do this. Chief restructuring officers go into companies when they're on the verge of bankruptcy or when a hedge fund plants them there to say, hey, there's an agenda here. And they push out all of the original guys, right? So I'll give you the example. If I had the original founders of the company Bed Bath & Beyond, I have the 2 guys who actually ran the thing. I had the CEO who was up to 3 million shares. And all these guys are making up to $313 million in the last 10 years of Bed Bath & Beyond. They're ready. They're out. They already sold all their shares, okay? They sold off the whole portion of the company. They no longer own the company. It's easy for them to walk away. And the way they walk away is people come in and plant themselves on this board to now extend this company. It has happened with numerous companies. If you guys want to go look at the lawsuit between Fresh Market and Apollo and JP Morgan. It was actually JP Morgan Chase who actually got sued, not Apollo. But JP Morgan was in there doing a deal with Apollo for this damn company, for this Fresh Market, as they call it. And Fresh Market agreed to sell the price of the company. The owners of Fresh Market agreed to sell the price for less than what it was worth. And that pissed off shareholders because now they're going private, and you're agreeing to go private, and the owners already sold off all their equity. They had sold off all of their shares, but now agree to go private because this is how they can cash out again, the original owners, right? So hedge funds plant people on these boards. Sue Gove has been put on numerous boards over the last decade to facilitate bankruptcies, okay? She is a CRO, a Chief Restructuring Officer. I don't care what they list her as. They might eventually list her as the CEO, but you can be the CEO and still be a CRO. You can still be that plant. And I have found that across the board for multiple companies that they use the same people, the hedge funds do, to park them into their own assets. You saw it happen with Adam Aron, him being part of Norwegian Cruise Lines, him being a part of Vail Resorts, him being a part of the basketball team, but that was just a holding period, and now AMC Movie Theaters. But did you know that AMC Movie Theaters and Apollo actually planted people on a movie theater board in 2006 called Lowe's. Lowe's Entertainment was, and it's not spelled like Lowe's, the lumber yard. So there was this movie theater company in 2006 called Lowe's, and they put numerous people on this board. Apollo did. So you had all these Apollo directors on the board of directors for Lowe's, Cineplex. They sold to AMC and Apollo. They were playing both sides of that coin. I have the whole history of it, guys. I followed everything. And why did I follow Lowe's? Why did I take it that route? Because Lowe's Cineplex had board of directors. They had people on the board of directors, right? And you're like, okay, who are these guys? And then you connect the dots. And I'm going to show you when I do my Connect the Dots 10, how deep it goes, but how it actually reached to David Caston. David Caston is the current CRO. You might call him a lawyer, chief legal officer, whatever you want to call him, but he's a certified CRO. They put him on the board of directors to, when you get rid of the bad guys, we pushed out Gustavo Arnell. He killed himself. He must have been a bad guy. We pushed out Mark Trenton. Must have been a bad guy. Pushed out all the bad guys. Now let's bring in the good guys. And these are not the good guys. Sue Gov is not the good guys, right? And Holly Etlin is not the good girl, on the CFOs. And then this guy, David Cass, is not the good guy. These are CROs. They're here to restructure this company and to get it ready for bankruptcy. That's what's happening. This is why you push out more shares. This is why you get all the cash you can to get healthy on your balance sheet, but not to actually try to survive. It's just one more thing to put value back into that company. They're draining the assets of the company. And if you have available to you all the shares in the world to go ahead and sell at the open market, you need to reverse stock split it. You understand it's going to get shorted, but you're going to be able to push a little bit more shares out of it and as it comes down, you'll be able to sell off a little bit more. And it's all it is just getting more cash on the books so that you're more attractive for a buyer. And the buyer's already there. They're already waiting, guys. They're just letting this play out because they're making money on both sides. CROs get paid an ungodly amount of money per month to do what they do. And I know that for a fact. When I look at these CROs and who they put onto these boards, they do it in tandem. It's not just one. It's not like, we just throw in the one guy. No, they've got it set up for everybody to go in. And when you go to bankruptcy court and you go in front of a judge, you go, yeah, we have our debt financing. Yep, we have our assets. Here they go. Here's our statement of financial affairs. Here's the schedule that we have. Day one, right? This is what you go. First day motions. You go, here you go. I have everything. I'm ready to go. And the judge is going to look at you and be like, no, judge. All the guys who made all the bad decisions, they're no longer here. This is my new guy. This is my chief restructuring officer. This is my new lawyer. This is my new CEO. All the bad guys are gone. Don't worry. We're here. Now we're the ones going to make the decision for this company. And it's just a facelift, but it's not really going to change the underlying assets of what the company is, the business, the industry that it is. And the industry that it is failure. That's what Bed Bath & Beyond is. That exactly is what AMC is. And until you understand that's what they did, what they've done, and they've used guys like Sean Goodman, I'm going to ask you guys, all you guys been involved with AMC for a long time, okay? I'm going to ask you one question and one question only. And if you guys can answer me in 10 seconds, then I know you're a real investor. Okay? Who is the former CFO for AMC Movie Theaters before Sean Goodman? See, I don't have to Google. I know who it is. And you ask yourself, how long was he there and why did he leave? He was there from the Lowe's Cineplex merger days. So he knows exactly what's happening here. It's Craig Ramsey, by the way. If you guys can follow all of these dots and understand what's happening to these companies, you'd understand why Harriet Edelman's shares didn't go back, why Harriet Edelman didn't have the clawback addressed to her, and why she basically is still on the board of directors but not participating, right? You know that she worked for Avon for 37 years in the same building as Apollo. You also know that she was a co-worker with Gustavo Arnel at Avon. So she has ties to the individual who jumped off the cliff. She's the one who actually did the presser to the media to let them know that he died. And when I say off the cliff, off the building, the Jenga building in New York. Thanks, Kais, for the groundbreaking. You guys have to know how these dots connect and how it really can affect your investments. If you see private equity swooping in, and the minute, I don't care what company it's been, there has not been a company other than GameStop that I've seen actually push them out and transition and pivot. And then look at how long it took. Look at how much action it's taken. Look at how much money it's taken. Give yourself a pat on the back, because that's the one that actually pushed them out and changed, because that is what an activist investor does. And that's exactly what Ryan Cohen is. He tried to go over to Bed Bath & Beyond, and he saw what it was. We have a clip for you guys. I'm going to play this clip for you, and it best describes what happened at Bed Bath & Beyond. And you'll tell me if I'm right or wrong. I'll wait for it. Don't worry about it. But I have this clip. It's in the Discord. This is our Discord, guys. It's hard to get through it all. Right here. This is the clip I want you guys to see. Okay?
My views of the business clearly changed, and I was highly critical of the strategy and the strategy in the letter that I put out. In general, it's rare to see a company go from aggressively repurchasing shares to losing a lot of money, and so when I saw that and I saw the results, my views changed of the business, and ultimately I sold.
So that explains to you exactly what I said in Connecting the Dots, volume 6 through 8. I said that GameStop is not an actual partner or an available partner to these guys, to Bed Bath & Beyond, because their leadership, they're doing things that don't make sense. And when Ryan goes in there and says, hey, we need to do this, this, and that, and they look at him and say, no. So strategic committee can get named, and they put the two people that Ryan planted in there, and they're like, hey, we're going to come up with this great plan. Well, guess who's the head of the strategy committee? It's Sue Gove. So Sue goes in there, and Sue's like, they put her in there just to make sure that those two didn't get their point across, just to make sure that they can't get their agenda or their ideas across. I'm telling you the way this works, guys. I've seen it, and I've read it, and I know it for a fact. For a fact. They're not going to do what's right for the shareholder. If you were invested into that company and you wanted to do great things, that is great. Unfortunately, if you're a current shareholder, you will find no recovery whatsoever, because it's not about the share price. It's about what the company is going to be worth moving forward. So even if Ryan were to buy in, or Carl Icahn, or anyone else these guys are claiming are coming for Bed Bath & Beyond, just know they will not buy it with the debt on the books that they currently have. That is like shooting yourself in the foot. You would never do it. There's not a turnaround story here. This is a simple merge and acquisition. They want to acquire something for the smallest possible price. And the fact that I can go buy Bed Bath & Beyond for $100 million right now on market cap, you tell me what the hell that company's worth. Because anybody could buy it. At this moment in time, the guy who won the lottery 3 months ago could buy this damn company. And yet you think it's going to moon. They're lying to you. 1. 2, they have no idea how this market works. They have no idea how to read a chart, as in to say that it's being diluted right now. We knew that was happening with Ape. We knew this was happening with Bed Bath & Beyond, and we tell you guys, like religiously tell you, and it's not good enough. You guys have to see it. No, hey, it's hot as shit outside. Nope, I gotta walk out there barefoot. I want to feel that damn sun burn the street that I'm standing on. That's it. The iron's hot, and you're gonna go touch it because you want to know for yourself. Adam Aaron shit his pants. I'm telling you, but you want to go smell it for yourselves. All of you guys, all your investments, you're not listening. Enos says, I bought. Well, hopefully he bought something great. IMX announcement is when in 20 minutes. 21 minutes. 21. And that's what's happening. So I want to put that out there, guys, for everyone. You know, I had PPC take his moment out of his live stream this weekend to attack me again, which is awesome to me. There are certain YouTubers, we don't say their names here, but they don't have any skin in the game, and they have something to say. As far as I'm concerned, it's all FUD. As far as I'm concerned, it is FUD. You're damn right it is. Every word that comes out of my mouth is FUD. Remember that. You better be fearful, doubtful, and uncertain the whole way through. That's what you should be. Hey, who's that damn school that just won number one? They just beat number one. I got to go see something really quick. Hold on. Who's the number one seed? Number 16 seed. Yeah, beats number one, right? Who was that? It was UMB became the first. Yeah, that was then. Who's the new one? Right here. Not UMB. I want the new one. Is it right there? F who? What is this? What are they called? I just read it. FDK? FDK, that's there, man. You just let me know. Those letters are talking to me right now. Fear, doubtful, and I don't know. Killing you. FDK. When? It's in 20 minutes, bro. Koreans are here. Everybody's here. Good job. All right. Yeah. Let them know I'm streaming it live. They can come hang out with us if they want to. Or they can hang out there. I don't care. It's going to be lit. We're excited. We don't know what it is. Marantz, you took all those calls from those boring schmucks, but didn't take mine. Toby, I already said I would take yours, but apparently you got banned. You got banned, so I have no idea what it was. Oh, there it was? Yeah, I got you. If you're not having fun, then what's the point? There you go. Marantz is the scavenger of GME. That's ridiculous. That's absolutely ridiculous. 1, I don't have a porn stash. 2, I have a real job. 3, I have a wife and kids. 4, I'm not a loser. 5, repeat 1 through 4. 6, this guy openly admits to being bullish on AMC. That's not impossible, guys. I'd be excited if you put GME back up. Oh, did I not have it? I have this right here. Oh, my bad. Well, how does GameStop look? GameStop's looking great, right? Guys, you know what? I'm going to tell you, shout out to the Discord. Our Discord this morning, and somebody correct me if I'm wrong, please. Our Discord this morning bought over 1,000 GameStop shares. Am I correct on that? That's pretty awesome out of you guys. Audio, join the Discord. Oh, absolutely. You called him a grifter with no proof. Oh, somebody called me a grifter? Oh, hold on, guys. I go back to the top of the chat, bros. Always looking good. Thank you. Always looking good. The chart. Your Marantz, have you seen Camelot's new GameStop video, Desperately Grasping? I have not, but we can. We have a lot of liars come in and say that they're amazing at trading, but never prove their trades. Well, over 10K. There we go. I come into the channel for a reality check. I'm a Deegan gambler. Okay. The itch is there, but haven't scratched. Audio, what's your Discord name? Correct. Yeah, you know, Mastillo 76. It was crazy, man. I was reading my bank while reading. I was checking my bank account, and I was like, yo, I know I have a bill coming through. I have this much money for gas, this much money for food. Can I afford to go crazy today? And the answer was no. I couldn't afford it today. So AMC halted at 21.73. Like, what are you talking about, dude? What are you talking about? This number 7 kid, just the worst. Just the worst. They'd be lying so much. Debt seems to be the most ignored data point in 2023. Yeah, I mean, these guys are about to get even more debt. If you actually know what the percentages are, I believe that the Fed is going to increase all the way up to 50 basis points, from 25 to 50. It's 0.25%, man. 0.5%. That's a lot. It's a lot because you already see the stress the banks are having right now. So I think that they're all trying to tell the Fed to calm down, because if you don't, things are going to tip over. But as far as what companies are doing and how they run, especially if you're a cash run company like we are, we don't have the revolving credit debt like other companies. We could in the future, but we don't today. And that means that we have a clean bill of health. And a lot of you guys need to know exactly what that means to your pocket and to your investment. Live to Eat, man. How you doing, brother? I appreciate you. Live to Eat, the very first individual right there in the chat to ever make a comment in one of my videos. Live to Eat, I'll never forget you, man. You were the first one during the live stream to ever type. And we've come a long way, brother. 2 years of grinding, me and you. So I appreciate you. Came by to say hi for the old time's sake. This week should be exciting. Thank you, Lift, man. Appreciate you. Always will. You have a special place in my heart. PPCs look sad. He should. Because what he's been telling you guys is a lie, Danny. Not only has he been saying lies to people for about 3 months now, he literally has been wrong every step of the way. Oh, I can't go much further. It can't go much lower. It can't, and it does. No, these relationships, no, this is what this means, and it doesn't. These guys try to connect the dots via Twitter post instead of connecting the dots with actual factual things that are happening with the company. They should really read the balance sheet. They should see the board of directors. They should see the path to what it is. And if you know who Macellum is, if you know who Legion Partners are, if you know who Ankara is, they are not there to help Bed Bath & Beyond recover. No one, I'm sorry, guys, the easiest thing to do in life is not start from the bottom and scratch your way to the top, i.e. with $20 billion in debt or $10 billion in debt or $1 billion in debt. The easiest way to always start life again is bankruptcy. Even in your personal life, some people take a bath, they go 7 years after bankruptcy, but at least they don't have the commitments, the financial commitments to the things that were holding them down for the bad decisions they made over the years. So that's what people do personally. Business is no different. If you think people want to turn around on mountains of debt, you're absolutely wrong. It'll never happen that way. It's so hard. Think about what GameStop's had to do, what they've had to endure, and the dedication it's taken from the billionaires on top. Ryan doesn't have to be here. Larry doesn't have to be here. Alan doesn't have to be here. But the fact that they actually stuck with their guns and they're here in front of you today, their shares have matured over a year now. The fact that they're doing these things should tell you that GameStop is something different. It is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I'm a firm believer in that. And as far as Immutable X and the connection that's being announced today, well, these are the little things. These are the little things that can take you over, because those incremental value things, those things that go up tick by tick, brick by brick, that's what makes you fall over. That's what takes you there. You know what, guys? There's an old mantra in business. It says, treat your business like a penny business. And you step over pennies to get to those dollars, and it'll happen, guys. Whether you are using less paper clips, or you guys aren't using as many staples, and or if you're cutting the lights off at night when you walk out. Those are the things you need to remember. You need to remember to go ahead and tie up all loose ends, no running water, no unnecessary electric usage. Everything you can do to shore up the things that you do. You know, I do it in my own home just to save money where I can. I literally will tell my kids, don't turn on that shower till you're jumping in. And I don't want to just running for 30 minutes before you get in, or, oh, I'm letting it get hot. You better get in there and start scrubbing and start cleaning. And I do this because I know what the value of everything is worth. And not only because of the fact I pay for the shit. No, it's not that. It's how do I get more out of it? Remember this, the amount of time that you waste sitting there studying and trying to make a stock something it's not, like Bed Bath & Beyond and AMC. I don't find any loss of time in it because I'm educating myself. That's the problem. Like, I'm learning from it, right? So I go study. It forces me to study. It forces me to go through things, read books, and come out the other end of it. That's exactly what this whole movement has done for me. But you can't get that time back if you're an AMC investor and all you're doing is looking at popcorn and credit cards and saying, I'm bullish. Adam Aron and his stinky self is going to make me millions. You can't get that time back because you're not learning from the mistake that you're making. And you're not willing to admit it. So by the time it's done, they're going to take double the amount of time that it just took for them to dick ride the whole way through. They're going to be second guessing their whole life and why they didn't see it sooner. So they're actually going to waste time. And guess what we don't have, guys? We don't have time to waste. I apologize. That's why I'm so adamant about not sleeping, about grinding, about showing up every day, about the dedication that I can be to you and to me. Guys, I'm telling you, I have sacrificed enough myself to know what you guys sacrifice every day just watching. I don't get to play. I look at this, man. Cosmic, I love the guy. Cosmic is like me in a way where we both love competitive nature. We want to play games, right? I want to play games, man. And let me tell you how much it sucks to live stream for 5 hours a day, 3 hours a day, and not be able to play games because I'm live streaming, the program's running. So what do you want to do? You want to live stream gaming because maybe you're a gaming, addict, or maybe that's what you prefer to do. That's your release in life. It used to be mine. Now my release is building PowerPoint presentations and studying distressed credit investors and learning the way they eat, sleep, and breathe and how to avoid them. And that's my go-to right now. So I'm just letting you guys know, you will all find what you enjoy, and then it won't be a job so much. YouTube is not a job for me. It is a grind, yes. It helps me understand a lot of things, absolutely. It connects me with everyone in the world. Why would I not? I love this part of it. So I get home and I race home and I want to do a video, but I want to do it this way because I want to communicate the message that I'm being told, the message that, the story that we're writing. So is the universe talking to me? Sure. Did I have connections with distressed credit investors after this weekend, after talking to certain people? Absolutely, where I was just like blown away by what the agenda is for the masses. But I can't ever get skewed away from what GameStop's doing as a company. So that'll always be my first video before it's the, hey, I'm trying to save you from not putting your money into the other ones. Do whatever you guys want to do. If you ever put money into like Costco, right? I wouldn't say shit to you. All right, you go and money into Microsoft. Well, I'm getting nothing from me, bros. Hey, man, you got a position over there? That's good. These are good companies. And I'm not saying they're good companies morally, some of them, but there's good company where the business model makes sense and they're blue chip and it's a great investment. So, but me personally, I can't justify not putting money into GameStop. That's the difference here. So, just letting you know. I'm going to go ahead and read this for you guys really quick, and we'll get this started. It starts in 9 minutes, guys. Okay? So let me read the chat real quick. Enjoy the rest of the show. I'm out of here. Rick James, no problem. Enjoy the UK. Love you, brother. Appreciate everything you do. When is IMX set to release more tokens into circulation? Andrew B., I believe they do that all the time. It's a cryptocurrency. It's constantly churning. If you know how cryptos work. Audio, you're not on the ban list for our Discord. Correct. It's PB Seeds. You sure? Jesus, you guys can't learn anything because you're so bitter about your losses. Oh, yeah. Danny, I know. Except for the French COVID, blah, blah, blah loan. Exciting week. Yeah, Professor, I got you. $40 million at 0% interest or 0.25 interest. It's nothing. When is IMX set to release more tokens into circulation? It happens all the time. I sent you a friend request. Well, there you go. Since when do distressed credit lenders declare personal bank after every dump, a la Trump? Oh, I don't know. I don't know what that has to do with the hell we're talking about, but it's cool. The Prince of Debt, Kunta. When is IMX? Oh, third time, Andrew B. Good job. Brick by brick. Another brick in the wall with the announcement, adding bricks while trading walls crumble. Yeah, I got that. Or was that TradeFi crumbles? Love it. Marantz, do you walk? Do I walk now? Marantz, do you walk into GameStop locations and shut the lights off? Haha. That's a pretty good idea. I don't, because technically lighting actually helps sales. It doesn't hurt it. All right, we ready for this announcement? Are we ready? 6 minutes. 6 minutes. 6 minutes, Dougie Fresh here. On. Robinhood just sent me a message saying FDIC is only insuring 1.5 million in my brokerage cash. Okay. If you got 1.5 million in there, Ammo, that's on you. Shit. Hi, Marantz. If you don't value a penny, you don't deserve a dollar. There you go, Pam. I got you. Yeah, no, my brokerage. I've shown Ammo a couple of my brokerage accounts. I have 3 of them, and we'll see how it all works out. I'm not worried about it. I'm not selling today, and I'm not selling tomorrow. When I die, we'll figure it out. That's why I call bullshit on the Michael Jordan deal, by the way. Somebody texted me and wrote on a message like, "Oh yeah, guys, I want to do a safe space for Bed Bath & Beyond so bad, but via our Discord, right?" So, because here's what I want to do. I want to read to you guys the comments I get on all the videos I make. I find them hilarious. But a guy tells me, he's like, "Hey, Marantz, God, they're too much, bro." Yeah. Anyway. I let them say what they're going to say, all these guys. But I'm not worried about the money. That they think I'm so far. They think I'm buried. It's cool. Adam Aaron will reward apes with free popcorn. Oh, wait, he did that. Most expensive popcorn ever. Debt Collector, how's it going? Yeah. Anyone know the IMX dropping more circulation thing? It's already there. It's every time. Do you not know how crypto works? I mean, you could say that part if you don't know how crypto works. I get you. You trying to figure out everything that GameStop needs to avoid? Thank you to Marantz's team. Shout out to all the wonderful bastards for your contributions to this regarded community. Well, thank you so much, Funny Spider. Certain people recognize, like Abe was on Weeple, and they're like, "Oh, you're one of the Marantz guys." And I'm like, "Yo, that's a badge of honor for you to wear, Abe. Appreciate you, man." Marantz, do you think the NYPD will let Trump wear his wig for his mugshot? Debt Collector, I think that the NYPD has a great relationship with the Secret Service, and Trump has Secret Service next to him. So at any time, if they want to do this shit, they can go ahead and do whatever they're going to do. But there you go. This is a channel for seasoned veterans, without a doubt. Jesus, you guys can even learn anything because you're so bitter about your losses. Yeah, I saw that part. There you go. Otto has proven himself to be as a real person and not just some troll show. Well, there you go. Good job, Kyoto. Way to get him. I want to play some Scum. I don't know what the hell Scum is, but thank you so much. Got a new position and didn't get to see Marantz live too often anymore. Dr. Evil, it's okay, man. I know you can see me after the fact. You guys can see me when you guys get home from work. But we have 3 minutes, guys. 3 minutes till this announcement. I'm super excited. Let's see what it's all about. And, we'll all cheer together. I asked last time, could you spend a hot minute on the best way to exit AMC? Been bag holding. Thank you. Arvind, I'm going to say it like I did last time. Thank you. Oh, this guy says, thank you for what you do. Aaron Russell, new subscriber. Thank you, Aaron. I really appreciate that, sir. It means a lot to me that we get new subscribers every day. And people find out what GameStop is, find out what Bed Bath & Beyond really is, and AMC, HYMC, and whatever other distressed credit investors haven. But I appreciate you. As far as exiting your AMC position, I'll give you no financial advice whatsoever, Arvind. I'll just tell you I would have never been there. But you have to pick and choose your poison. I don't know your exposure. I don't know your risk tolerance. I don't know any of the above. But I will tell you that stock is going down. It's going down, down, down. Sugar, it's going down swinging. It's the number one with the bullet. A loaded shotgun complex. They're going to cock it and pull it. It's going down, down. I'm telling you right now. Sugar, it's going down swinging. There you go. Down, down. Guys, don't mind me, bros. Don't mind me. I say some stupid shit. 2 minutes. I only got 4 minutes. 2 minutes and 25 seconds. Let's go. Do you believe that there really is 4 million retail investors in AMC? Karen, absolutely not. Absolutely not. There is no way in hell there are 4 million retail investors into AMC. And I will explain. There's only 30,000 subscribers to Boss Blunts and Stupid ass AMC Bigums. So I don't think nobody's involved in it. I think it's all bullshit. And they can tell you whatever they want to tell you, but they don't know. If you saw the registered users or the registered voters, it said something like 16,000. And people were saying, well, that's because the brokerages count as one. I was like, you can tell me anything you want to tell me. I don't think these brokerages have 1 million accounts with AMC in it. No way. No way. Nobody's that stupid. Scum is a great survival game. Oh, okay. If you like Days, you would love Scum. I don't play any of those games, but I hear you. Marantz, take Toby's call. What are you afraid of? I'm not afraid of. He actually called me the other day when I was offline. He called on the Discord and I talked to him. He'll tell you I talked to him. Once he's unbanned from the Discord, I'll gladly talk to him. Put him on the show. I have no problem with it. No time for Toby. We have IMX in a few minutes. Correct. How do you not laugh? What was this? How do you not laugh your tail off when you see someone say they're going to keep buying Bed Bath & Beyond after losing over 15 grand? Hey, Danny, I don't laugh at other people's pain. Yeah, I do. All right, it's supposed to start. What's going on here? It's already, the countdown's over. Let me see. All right, have it on mute for a second. I just want to know. Let me go to their channel really quick. Okay. I'm here. Oh, in 1 minute. Okay. All right, let's see. Ready for a nothing burger, these guys say. Please include Loopering 2. Back to $10 fast. We understand the shorts better than you do. Itchy Incognito's here. 200 people. What? All right, win live. We are live. So I saw Itchy Incognito right there. I saw, these are all viewers of our channel. Gabe Sherman is there. Rick James is there. So Rick James went to go hang out over there. Win Lambo, there you go. Where is this damn message? My volume on loud? It's on loud, guys. It's 10:30. It's time. Let's see. PlayStation, Microsoft, or Epic. Ooh, that would be crazy. Any one of those would be crazy. Oh, man. All right. Where the hell is it? Hurry your ass up. I'm ready. Well, all he ever said was a big bag of nothing. Oh, yeah. Toby, I don't know. I could care less. Yeah, if you guys are not, blow the lid off on what? I have no idea. Fortnite will be the bang. GTA, if it's Fortnite, guys, I'm telling you right now, I will stop the stream and I'll go play. And I'll start playing. There we go. Starting soon, guys. Immutable just said it. Starting soon. Got it. Well, we're waiting, Immutable. And we'll see how it works. So they're already a minute late. I already don't like that. Maybe they're drawing up the anticipation. Bro, if you say 10:30, I'm here with bells on. Butt naked with a spatula. Ready to serve it. Woo. Goodness gracious. Guys, I'm just excited about GameStop. Any announcement I can get about GameStop feels great, right? And this is essentially like an announcement of GameStop. If you guys know the partnership and the amount of money, if we put in $100 million on the grant program to Immutable X, then you know exactly what it means to us for this announcement. So it's huge. I can't wait. Countdown starting soon. What the hell? I just saw a countdown starting soon, Immutable. Y'all better get this going. If it's League of Legends, bro, I'm out. Woo, baby. If it was League, I would just jump off. If it's Riot Gaming, are you kidding? If it's Riot, who's Riot? Who else does Riot? I don't even know what other games they do. They got a first-person shooter. They got a card game. They got a whole bunch of stuff. Yeah, I don't know who it is. Partnership with Riot, partnership with Blizzard, Microsoft, PlayStation. I mean, there's so many things that we could see. But if they name me another B studio, level B studio, I still don't care. I'll be like, oh, that's great. Adoption. But they played this out to be the biggest announcement of your lifetime. And there's enough people watching over there on their damn live stream. And I'm still waiting. Get that spatula. I'm nervous. I'm good, man. I'm not nervous. Personally, I only play Call of Duty, but my son loves Fortnite still. Whiskey, I haven't ever played Call of Duty, the Warzone. Never have since it's come out, but I'm ready to. I really am. I just got to put my time in. Valorant, yeah, Valorant's awesome as well. Why is he so he's bent on proving himself? He still doesn't care about GameStop and only watched because he was bored. Oh, that's cool. I think Riot is Grand Theft Auto, right? No, Riot is League of Legends, if I'm not mistaken. Am I doing that one right? Which one is, yeah, Epic Gaming is Fortnite, Riot is League of Legends, Blizzard is WoW, World of Warcraft, Diablo, all the good stuff. So I'm ready. Valorant is the game. I apologize, Raider bro. I know the game. I just don't play it. The mics are not working probably. Always happens before important meetings. Challenger, yeah, unless you've been live streaming yourself for 2 years like we have, then you know how to do all the audio. You don't ever have to do one of these. Hey, guys, can we get a mic check? Can we get audio? Out of all the interviews I've ever done, I think I've done that once. Like, hey, can we get an audio check? Can you speak loud in the mic? But that's Tony De Niro every day. I want to know right now how many YouTubers are streaming this right now. And I'm going to go with slim to none because if all those guys who claim they hold both, show me your wallet. Show me your GameStop wallet. Show me your assets. I'll show you mine at all times. I got it loaded, ready to go. I'll show you my assets. So this is the game right here. If you guys don't know, the Guild of Guardians, that's an Immutable X game. These cards are from the other game, Gods Unchained. So I'm here to get more NFTs. I'm here to do more. If you guys are gaming and you guys know what it is, obviously we've been on the forefront of that for a long time. Marantz, you're streaming live, pimping folks to stay in double-digit drawdown. Thank you. It's unconscious. Oh, you think so? The term told, if that's the way you feel, debt collector, don't worry. Because every investment you've made was pumped out by a failed CEO. Just remember that. Every investment you've made. So you probably bought into AMC and HYMC. We buy into GameStop here. And we do it religiously. Or at least I do. Every day. Go check the Discord channel. It's pinned to the top of the chat, guys. Marantz Rantz Discord. It's free. And it always will be. 700 people in there? Go look at the buy orders today. I have people buying thousands of dollars today. I bought in. You guys know I buy in every day. Put my buy order in there every day. And that's just the way it goes. So yeah, you and Cosmic, only GME YouTubers. Thank you, RP. We try our best. Does not look good when they are late. What the F? Maverick, it just building anticipation. That's all it's doing for me. Metathor, welcome back, bro. How you doing, Thor? I haven't seen you in a long time. Let's F and go. Appreciate you, man. But you know where to find me, and I'm right here. Looking at the stock, looking at the company that I love the most, and then I have Immutable X saying that they're going to say something. Well, let's do something. I'm ready. And Maverick, I don't take it that way either. Maybe they're trying to line up and see who's going to be here, so I'm with it. We don't buy GameStop because of Marantz. Correct, DRS GME. I could end my channel tomorrow. I'm pretty sure people will still be buying. That's just the way it goes. But it's going good. They are 6 minutes late. Now I'm like, yo, can we get this going? Oh, there's the countdown. 15 minutes. Holy shit. They started up again. Patience, patience, patience. Hey, you're fired. You're fired. You're fired. Goodness gracious. And look at that. Over 1,000 people left that chat just to come and go find something to do. It's cool. I'm not worried about who can't fill 5 minutes. This feels great, y'all. Join y'all. Yeah, thank you so much. Appreciate you, Beach Bum. Who can't kill 15 minutes? These guys could at least put some music on, serenade you. All I could speak. I mean, I could play music too, but what does it matter? What's the song I'm going to play? We're going to the moon. Yup. Wake up very soon. Gonna wake up on the moon. And I got McDonald's in my living room. I mean, what does it matter? Warning, tomorrow going to be hot with the new GME numbers. I'm excited for that too. I used to watch Marantz. I still do, but I also used to too. Thank you, Ape Holder 42069. That's cool, man. I appreciate that you guys been watching me for so long. I gotta go live. This weekend, I actually took the weekend off of YouTube in a way because I was working, but I still was studying and putting things together. So when that's all said and done, you guys will know when the Connecting the Dots Part 10 is done. You'll know. Ayo, bro, been a minute, but that's life, huh? Much love, bro. Here's for the Evan proper rip. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I appreciate it. And let's see what happens, because it's going to happen in real time. And Ape Holder, that's the 5th time I've heard you say the same thing. XBit, have you heard me say the same thing 20 million times? Because I've done the same. Zen, 15 minutes. I agree. Come up with some new material. XBit, don't do that. These guys need something. Dex, how you doing, man? Invictus. Dex, my man. Escalators can't break. They just become stairs. The great Ape, thank you so much, man. Love, peace, and chicken grease, my peeps. Hi, Ryder, how you been, man? Shit, the originals are showing up. Just when I think people left, and they're like, they're never coming back. Because when we have the same, 200 people every time on the live, you guys come through, so I appreciate it, man. I know you have run the numbers, Marantz. What's your GME EPS prediction? Whiskey, to be conservative, I said losing 10 cents would be a phenomenal number. Wall Street has us losing 15 cents. I'm just telling you, even at 15 cents lost, it's bullish. Bullish as fuck. But I'm looking for positive. I'm looking for a net neutral position, a positive position, and to run that number up and then let them just do what they can with the stock at that point. Marantz, I already have names on the wheel going. Thank you, Kyoto. Giving away a free NFT today, guys. The NFT is going to be this gaming NFT. We're giving away the Guilds of Guardians NFT. If you go to my wallet, it's here. We're going to be giving this one away because Immutable X is making an announcement. I'm going to give away this NFT. So if you want to get your name on the wheel, type in the chat. Once you type in the chat, you are on the list. I have some more NFTs that we can give away. Those I just send to Kyoto and gives them away via the Discord. Do I have my drink? I'm going to get a drink really quick, guys. I'll be right back. Let this play out in 11 minutes. I'm coming back to you. As far as a song that I could play for you guys, well, they tell me they want these songs while I'm doing things, and I do my best. But here you go. Here's a song, a track just for the real ones out there, and I'll be right back. I lied. It's not here.
Hands wrapped, knuckles taped black. Pick my gloves up off the mat. Fighting's all I ever had. Wasn't born with tons of gifts. Had to work hard as a kid. Know that everything I did was to catch the other kids. Slowly built that self-esteem. Turned myself to a machine. I'd compete so I'd be seen. I would lose and I'd succeed, but you'd never see me quit. I'd always get after it. Knew I had a different gift. I'd outwork any other kid. Deep within our souls, we can feel there's something empty. We need something more. I feel destiny, she tempts me. Tells me there's two paths, they both have a different ending. Choose wise and you'll find that pain leads to ascending. Till I'm dead and buried deep within a cemetery, I will fight, never weary, I wanna be legendary. Till I'm dead and buried deep within a cemetery, I will fight, never weary, I wanna be legendary.
Alright, I'm back. How fast was that? I just want to be legendary, guys. That's all it is.
Coming out of the gate, I'll be last place, that's alright. I don't work at a fast pace, I'm a steady horse creeping up straight past it. And once I pass you, no one's getting past me. I've seen people hit walls and they stop there. I don't get that mind, man, it sounds scared. Good things take time, better prepare, cause anything great takes pain, it's unfair. Take it from me, cause I got to this place where no one can tell me to do anything. I call my own shots, I call my own place. I enjoy my life almost every day, and I could teach you if you listen to me. You follow some rules, don't need gifts to be paid. Persistence is better than brains any day. Just listen to me and I'll show you the way. We can feel there's something empty. We need something more. I feel destiny, she tempts me. Tells me there's two paths, they both have a different ending. Choose wise and you'll find that pain leads to ascending. Till I'm dead and buried deep within a cemetery, I will fight, never weary, I wanna be legendary. Till I'm dead and buried deep within a cemetery, I will fight, never weary, I wanna be legendary. I'm dead and buried deep within a cemetery, I will
That's right. I want to be legendary, guys. I'm back. Welcome back. Welcome back to Marantz Rantz. Plenty of good information, a little bit of motivation, whole lot of truth, no financial advice. I appreciate each and every one of you guys who are joining us today. We have Immutable X making a huge announcement in about, I'd say 7 minutes. 7 minutes and counting, guys. And as it counts down, we're just happy to see it. I have a question here in the live chat. It says, beach bum. Oh, they just went right to the next song. My bad, bros. Hold on. You know this track. My bad. Hold on.
If you got a man, send his brokers back to bed. Cause tonight we flying high first class to Japan. Eating sushi, wearing Gucci hot springs cause we can. Sipping on sake, making $1 million plans. Super yacht, smoking pot with our $1 billion friends. Bright lights, white lines, summer in the south of France. We're going on a plane and we won't be back again. Cause we're heading to the moon, screaming catch me if you can. So I'm about a 9, but she thinks I'm a 7. Got money, all of a sudden she thinks I'm 11.
Wow, how much did you make?
Nah, I'll never be telling. Let's just say I went through hell to be living in heaven.
Boom, boom. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. Cha-ching, ching. All right, y'all. We got to get it going. Sorry about that on the music. I had lost track of the songs that we're playing. I know you guys love that song. I know that's the jam. I know you guys love all the songs. I apologize. Hey, all right. So back to the question that was asked. Beach bum. I have asked every single one of those pushers of why they're not involved with GameStop. And half of them back when they used to tell me because AMC's cheaper. That was the first thing. Once I heard that, I realized they were ignorant. Now the next guys say, well, we're going back into GameStop because we're going to flip the money out of Bed Bath & Beyond. When they say they're going back into GameStop, you have to know when they bought in and when they sold. They bought in for 300 and 400 just the day of. Somebody like PP Seeds, who's been chasing stocks, never ahead, never really knowing what his investments are. He does not know the balance sheet. He does not know the board of directors until he sees the DD videos we put out. And then they just say FUD. So, and they're over here trying to connect dots that don't exist. And I mean, people that have no investment with Bed Bath & Beyond, period. How about the people that do have investment in Bed Bath & Beyond? The people that are actually on the board, those are the ones that I'm tracking. But they all claim they're going to buy into GameStop after the fact, flip their money, as they call it. But they could have did that 10 times already without putting a single dollar in there because they've lost every single dollar. And they could have bought more GameStop at the lower levels. But they're just ignorant. I just leave it at that. That's your jam. I appreciate you guys. Cha-ching, ching, cha-cha-cha-ching. Anyone's having problems loading up the GameStop wallet or connecting the Loopring? Not me, DJ. I just showed it. But DJ, welcome back. I haven't seen you in a couple of weeks. I'm happy you're still around. Baby boo. You know what it is. Robbie just tweeted, this is bigger than a game announcement. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Guys, don't get my titties jacked. I swear to God, I don't care. I don't care one bit, guys. Oh, my God, Robbie Ferguson. Don't do it to me. I'm still banned on this shit. Your account is permanently suspended. It's okay. Robbie, I know who you are, Robbie. Robbie. Dude, I don't know why Twitter works so slow now. Ever since Elon Musk took over, is it because he fired all these people, bro? Robbie Ferguson. There he is. Fergalicious. But I ain't promiscuous, and if I was suspicious, all that shit is fictitious. I blow kisses. Boop, boop. Oh, keep them boys on rock. This is bigger than just another game announcement. Get the lawyers. Get the lawyers. I want lawyers here. I want it all. I want an Apple partnership. I want a Microsoft holding hands. I want this shit right now. I don't people know what it means for us. Do you guys even know what it means? GameStop's invested into IMX, okay? GameStop value goes up when IMX value goes up. Just know. Let's go. Is this why? Is this why? Not your bullshit ass Bed Bath & Beyond bullshit. Is this why GameStop pushed back their earnings date? They pushed it back. They said, hold on. They got that gaming conference going on. Immutable X is going to announce that partnership they got going. They're signing NDAs. All right, let's push back our announcement. Was that why they pushed it back? Oh, my God. Woo! Shit. Welcome back. Welcome back to Marantz Rantz. Oh, guys, I still get jacked thinking about my boys. And I'm not talking about the Cowboys. I'm talking about Ryan Cohen, Larry Chang, Alan Adel, my boys. Let's go. I want a Marantz partnership. Filthy slut. They'll probably never do it. I'm a little too deep. I dig a little too deep, if you know what I mean. But yeah, but we are partnered up. I mean, I'm already affiliated. I already have the links. I already have all the shit. I just don't want to do it. I don't want them paying me. Or do I? Oh shit, man. Come on, GameStop. I'm doing my best. Doing my best to control my tits. 3 minutes and counting, guys. Let me tell you what I did in 3 minutes one time. I'd rather not. They just, yeah, and never mind. I'm gonna shut up. Shit. Prom night. No, I'm joking, guys. I'm totally joking. We have 2 minutes and 45 seconds. I am so lit right now. I'm about to go crazy. If you're not going crazy inside, if you're not all giddy inside, I don't know what to tell you guys. GME is at 16. Calm down. Shut up, Leet. You don't want no part of me, Leet. I don't care about the price. The price of the stock does not matter to me. I don't know when you're going to figure this shit out, bro. Like, you really don't understand what I am. Bro, I'll tell you right now. I'll buy GameStop at every price. At every price till the day I die. But it's announcements like this where I'm just like, oh, baby, tomorrow's earnings. Do you understand? The whole world bought in. The whole world bought in. We all just bought in. What do we buy all damn day? Stacks is out here buying 1,000 shares today. Or $1,000. I don't know which one it was. Suits buying all the damn shares. I bought me a share because that's all I could afford. But I've been buying shares all, 3 months now? All three, every day for 3 months. Whatever this year is right now, 2023 was the share a day campaign. And if I can do that for the trading days that are here, I'm going to feel good about it. Because it just reminds people. I want to see Marantz speechless. Come on, IMX. Aussie, Aussie, Aussie. Yeah, you damn Australians. Metathor is from Australia, guys. Just so you guys know. And so is the company. Don't mess with my heart, Robbie. Yeah. Don't quit playing games with my heart. Hey, every time something happens in my life, I just go right back to boy bands. I just start singing boy bands. That's it. I don't care. Let's go. Bed Bath & Beyond about to be at 70 cents. Jerry Diamond, I wouldn't doubt that. That shit is trash. What a week. We're going to run into this. Hey, filthy slut. I'm telling you, I'm looking for some high 20 action. I said $27. That's what I really said for this Friday. But if people remember that when they said, what do you think the price is going to run to after earnings? I said 27. But we'll see how it goes. 27. But we'll see how it goes. I mean, look at this shit. We're at 17, and I'm already excited. Oh, my God. 1.5 minutes. Oh, my God. Let's fucking go. 30 seconds. Bros, if I ever told you about the time I used 30 seconds, never mind. I'm shut up on that one again. Prom night, my bad. All right, back to it, guys. Let's go. GameStop, the great, and the one, yo, am I ready? I'm ready. I'm live. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm tready. I'm ready. Let's fucking go. I don't think these people, I never type in all caps, bro. But right now I am. Let's go. It's bigger than a game announcement. Come on. Let's go. There's only one. Hey, there's real gamers out here. Real GameStop beats. Oh my God. Here we go. Let's go. Oh shit. Hold on. All right. All right. The whole crowd's there. The whole press is there. Ask me. I can help you. There it is. Help me. Come on. This dude says he's immutable right there. I see his shirt. The dude in the black shirt. This is the day we change our lives. Let's go. Peppered with salt, baby. Peppered with salt, baby. Let's go. Peppered. I don't know what it is. Don't have me crying, bro. I don't tell you any good announcement. I cry. I don't care to be like, yeah, man. We're closing our relationship with GameStop. What the fuck? No. All right, here he goes. There's Robbie. Hey, Robbie, how you doing, man? That mic don't work, Robbie. Just yell. I'll yell for you. Oh, that mic works. I just heard it. Yeah. Tell him to sit down, Robbie. All right, here we go, guys. Here's your announcement.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us today. Let's get started. interoperable and creative universes where they can
be financially empowered.
Sorry.
There was just one problem. Playing a game on Etherbots would cost you, at its peak, over $1,000 in gas fees. It would take you anywhere between a minute and 20 minutes in gas timing in order to confirm the block confirmations for randomness. And it was a user experience that could barely scale to 1,000 people, let alone the 3.1 billion gamers we have in the world today. So we had a problem. And our solution was then what any self-respecting software engineer should do, which was to build a platform that would make it easy for other game developers to build. And for us, taking a leaf out of the Steam playbook, where they built Counter-Strike Go and then leveraged that into a Steam platform today, we decided that we would build a game that showcased the potential of Web3 for everyone. We would take the most obvious use case, one that players already loved, which was Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Magic the Gathering cards, where billions of dollars of physical cards are traded every single year, and we'd create the first ever digital version, where you could properly own your cards. And so we launched Gods Unchained, which today is one of the largest Web3 games in the world, has hundreds of thousands of players, and did $15 million of revenue in its first year. And so we knew that we had started something with promise. But today I want to talk to you about the evolution of Immutable and what we've built today. Right now we have #1 market share in the world for Web3 gaming as measured by funding. Nearly $1 billion were invested into games last year alone by third-party VCs, not including our own ecosystem, on games building on Immutable. These games have yet to go live, and the job we have in front of us is how can we make the user experience for these as simple as possible and as easy as possible. We've onboarded last year, in January, there were 3 games building on our platform. Today, there are more than 150 and more than 15 marketplaces building on our global order book. Over half of all trades on our platform are filled on non-origin marketplaces. That means a player can sell something in-game and someone can buy it on a GameStop marketplace or Rarible or Token Trove or a major NFT aggregator. And a fifth of all funding for Web3 games came to Immutable ecosystem games last year. So our original vision of building this platform, we've been able to create over 5 years of hard work, and today is the next chapter in this journey, which I'm thrilled to share with you guys. So I want to dive first off into Immutable Games, or our portfolio/publishing studio. You're probably familiar with this already from such titles as Gods Unchained and Guild of Guardians. Gods Unchained has, at its peak, hundreds of thousands of monthly active players. It's one of the most popular Web3 games in the world. And what I'm proudest of is if you go to godsunchained.com, you won't see the word NFT once on the website. And that's from what we built in 2019. And that's because our vision has always been, how do we actually allow players to experience the benefit of true ownership? Not shill them the value of blockchain technology. That's for conference rooms like this, but it's not for taking this to the 3.1 billion gamers whose lives and economic prosperity we are trying to transform. We are expanding Immutable Game Studios massively with publishing, where we are jointly partnering closely with several games each year in order to provide a high level of user experience, custom Web3 economic design, community, and helping onboard some of the biggest game developers in the world onto building highly successful, robust Web3 economies. So let's jump to the first, Metalcore. It's a video, so hopefully this works. Metalcore is an open world, mechanized combat game like you've never seen before. It's the winner of the Game 3 2022 awards for the best shooter game, and they're a free-to-play, futuristic multiplayer where you can onboard incredibly simply. Most importantly, this is developed by essentially gaming veterans who have had massively successful free-to-play games. For us, the most successful Web3 games will be people who know how to build an experience that feels identical to the most popular games today. The vision we're going toward is a world where you don't have to add the prefix Web3 to these games. They're simply games where you get digital property rights that gamers over time will come to expect. The audio is very soft, but it's exciting. Second up, we have the honor of working with Bitfire Game Studios, which is the team that brought you Ultimate Rivals in their reimagining of a futuristic sports arcade game. We're incredibly excited to announce Infinite Victory, which will feature major sports IPs that all of you will know. The goal will be to build one of the leading sports franchises in Web3 gaming studios, and working with Bitfry is an incredible privilege. So more to come here soon. We don't have an exciting teaser for this one yet. And finally, Bazooka Tango is working with Immutable to create Shardbound. And actually, as of this morning, pre-registrations are open. This is a turn-based tactics strategy game that combines board-based strategy with essentially the depth of a CCG. Obviously, we have a lot of expertise here, and we're really excited to bring the best of the economics and IP we've learned from Gods Unchained to what will be an incredible gaming experience. Again, the goal with this is to build a game which has completely mainstream user onboarding and where you can't even notice it's a Web3 game under the hood. That is Immutable Studios. Next, I'd love to touch on, thank you, Passport. The biggest problem in Web3 today is user onboarding. And the reason this matters so much is if you look at any game, games compete on one thing. Games compete on one thing, which is how much does it cost to acquire each player? You then have things like retention and monetization to measure it post that. But the biggest problem today is you sign up to a Web3 game and you have a few options. You can either go full self-custody, which we think is incredibly important. If you look at FTX, if you look at what's just happened with SVB and Signature Bank, and the huge losses that were imparted upon, ultimately, at the end of the day, users and depositors, not the big companies. And our vision is a world where you can have complete self-custody, complete security, but you never touch a seed word. You never touch a private key. And this is what Immutable Passport is. It uses brand new architecture to effectively have complete self-custodial onboarding, but you can sign up with an email or OAuth. And this is a brand new innovation of what previous custodial wallets have been able to achieve, because we don't have to spin up a unique wallet for every single game. This means you can use the same wallet and the same user funds across every single game you're building on. So we're bridging liquidity between games and between roll-ups to create the one-stop shop for players. This is the key final piece of architecture that's been missing to allow the billions of gamers today to onboard without even knowing this is Web3 under the hood. So we're incredibly excited for Immutable Passport. Finally, I'd love to touch on our roadmap. We've made some massive progresses. So the first thing we want to touch on is that Immutable Passport will be fully live in production next month. And so this will mean you'll be able to sign up to any Web3 game integrated with multiple wallet ecosystems, incredibly simply with only your email. At launch, we're going to be supporting third-party ecosystems like MetaMask through wallet linking, and you'll be able to sign on with a bunch of other vendors as well. Now, of course, Unity, you may have seen our announcement 1 month ago. We're extremely excited to be launching our SDK integration and our partnership with Unity. And what this will basically mean is that inside the client, you'll be able to have instant SDK access to minting or creating of economies with Immutable's SDK inside Unity itself. Unity powers over half of all game developers today, tens of millions of them, and this is the key next step in order to onboard hundreds of thousands of game developers onto Web3. Awesome. Finally, I would love to touch on one of the biggest announcements we have here today, which is ultimately, Immutable stands for Web3 gaming, and our goal is how do we onboard and make this the default for everyone who plays. But for too long, people have been able to having to decide between multiple competing architectures or solutions. And ultimately, this is wasting time, it's wasting energy, and it's wasting the resources that could be spent on building better games for players every single day. So without ado, I'd like to present what will be the company's biggest announcement today.
In the world of gaming, competition is fierce, but sometimes something unexpected happens. Something that changes the game forever. A legendary partnership is born. Gaming will never be the same again.
Awesome. So incredibly excited to announce the Immutable Polygon partnership. And actually we'll be inviting some special guests, Kylie Riley and Ryan White, up to the stage to come discuss it with you guys.
Hello, everyone. Oh, is this good? Everyone can hear me? Yeah. Woo! Everyone having fun at GDC? Yeah. There we go, in rainy San Francisco. I'm Carly Riley. I'm the host of a podcast called Overpriced JPEGs. I also host a podcast called Immutable X, or called Between Two Layers with Immutable X. We have been thinking about changing the name with Robbie. And I am so excited to be here with the two of you to talk about this really big news here in the blockchain gaming world. So let's start with just the basics. Tell us what this partnership is and how it came to be. Really, what was the inspiration behind it?
Yeah, for sure. I feel a little bit intimidated being on here with a professional podcaster and a professional pro streamer. So really what this partnership is to us is the leading Web3 gaming platform, which is Immutable today, partnering with the leading blockchain scaling protocol, which is Polygon, to create what will be the one-stop shop and a new home for Web3 gaming. I think for a very long time, gamers have been forced to choose between what solution will bring the best user experience versus the best scalability. And ultimately, the goal is just make incredible games where players are empowered with true self-custody and decentralization and take this mainstream as quickly as possible. You know, there's been $15 billion invested into Web3 games over the last 2 years. It's the most invested in category in crypto, and it's one of the most invested in nascent tech categories in history. Our job should be making sure that these games can succeed brilliantly. They have impeccable onboarding. They have scale that can take them to the peak of a 100 million DAO game, which is what the biggest games in the world regularly touch on. And for us, working with a partner like Polygon on both product and go-to-market is the ideal way to bring this to life. I mean, last year, if you look at funding, more than $2 billion was nearly invested in Immutable and Polygon alone. So this really creates a unified solution where they can scale incredibly easy and focus on what they do best, which is building incredible quality games.
Yeah, for us, you know, if you think about the focus for Polygon is that we want to be a protocol first and foremost for all developers. And so whether we're working with somebody like Starbucks or Nike, or we're working with a small project that's building, we really care making sure that we have this great protocol that can scale, that anybody can plug into, anybody can build on it. And if you look at what Immutable is, it's the best Web3 gaming platform. And so when I think about what can we do for Polygon to continue to improve a developer experience, having the best Web3 gaming platform on top of the protocol is going to be so positive for the game developer ecosystem and the gaming users as well. So for me, it's a very easy decision, and I think it's a great alignment of partnership and the stars for developers to just onboard seamlessly. And if you think about it, the hardest, you know, when people are thinking about game development, it is such a hard process, and you just, at the end of the day, need to make a great game. And if you think about all of the capital that's already injected into the games business and the games industry, just trying to nail a game and make it fun is very challenging. And so we want to abstract away any other issues, right? Just like the way you think about leveraging, you know, maybe AWS or cloud for your multiplayer infrastructure experience. Now you can think about a really easy, seamless way to plug in where you have marketplace and wallet and actually just build this marketplace for, you know, users that actually own their assets and make it very seamless and not have to think about, you know, the crypto and kind of some of the like the jargon that comes with it. It should be a really easy experience for developers to plug in. It should be very easy for users as well. It hasn't been that case up until now, and we actually think now this offers, you know, a great end-to-end experience.
You're starting to get at this by saying you just want the best experience, you know, game-wise for developers, but how does this plug into both your long-term game strategies for your various platforms? Yeah, look, my whole background has been in gaming. I'm very passionate from a gaming perspective. The reason I, you know, left Google to go into this wild industry of Web3 was that as somebody that, you know,
sees that more and more folks are spending money on digital assets, as you see that is becoming more of a core part of game developers' business, I think over time what you'll see is gamers want more ownership and autonomy over these things. They're spending a lot of money per person, per player on this, and it's a very one direction kind of relationship with the game developer and the user. And that's worked for a while, it's been great, but I also think you're gonna see an inflection point where there will be more focus and emphasis. If you buy something, you deserve to own that item, whether it's Nike shoes or a AK-47 cosmetic skin, right? So I think this is gonna be a big part of it, and really all blockchain really is just effectively a product feature for game developers to tap into. I think we've made too much over Web3, over NFTs, over so forth. It's a very simple concept. You just leverage it like you would leverage cloud infrastructure to kind of build out these ecosystems. For us, to kind of go back to the question, I think it's just a really big part of what we believe in which is giving rights back to users. You know, I think the internet has long had this kind of conundrum where you have walled gardens and you have a disproportionate amount of power that's being driven by, you know, large tech who have been able to kind of capitalize on the walled gardens in the internet. And I think over time, you have to give more of an emphasis for the users. So I just think what you're starting to see is a little bit more of blockchain kind of running parallel as a product feature of the internet. Not everything needs to be on it, but this will be a big part of it. And so, you know, when we think about, you know, users having more autonomy over ownership, whether again, it's their Starbucks rewards or it's something that they're doing from a Nike digital perspective, gaming is at the core part of it. And gaming is a very important part of, you know, Polygon's mission. And we think this just is like kind of caps that off in a really great way.
Yeah. How about you, Robbie?
Plus one to that. I think there's a few things, right? Which is, I think the part of the reason this is so complementary is that right from the very beginning, both Polygon and Immutable had a very similar vision with respect to where should people build. And that was, don't create an Ethereum killer, don't create a competing L1, use the thing that everyone already wants to use. You know, ecosystem first, community first, liquidity first ultimately, which is how do you maximize volume for games? How do you create the best prices for players? And so I think that was a really native synergy here, which is like a very Ethereum-centric way of scaling the future. And I think the second thing is a complete commitment to the belief that the first mainstream breakout category for Web3 is going to be gaming. If you look at Web3 on any basis, we have roughly 30 million monthly active users. It's nothing. One breakout hit will triple Web3's user base overnight. And it will do so in a way where people aren't understanding or interacting with the technology directly, because that's ridiculous. It's like shilling people HTTPS or AWS between Google Cloud or Azure. What people really care about is the benefits they receive. And for me, the reason that this was such an obvious place to start is Counter-Strike Go. Do we have any CSGO players in here? Yeah, good show of hands. And I think if you remember, there was a third-party marketplace called Opskins back of the day. I think it was worth a few $100 million. There was hundreds of millions of dollars trading on this every year. And Steam made one change, which was they basically shut down trading to a maximum of once per week. And I always bring up this example anytime people say, well, why can't you just use a database? And it's because people try database systems all the time, and those systems regularly screw over their players. Hundreds of millions of player hours and millions of dollars spent by users went to zero. Opskins, a $300 million company, went bankrupt, belly up, because of the changes that Valve or Steam implemented on this day. And so for us, the most important thing is creating a system that we can't control, one where players can actually own, at the end of the day, their assets. Even if it's not for profit, even if it's not for speculation, what we believe in is trading things for a buck that you might want to trade because, hey, this is how you used to trade things as kids for Pokemon or Magic cards. So I think bringing that utility and that use case to Web3 is extremely exciting.
Is there a tokenomic tie-in for this at all, Robbie, when you think about Immutable and what you guys are doing here?
Yeah, there absolutely is. So I think one of the really exciting things for us is, for a very long time, and we'll obviously be continuing our StarkX application, but it's an app-specific rollup, so it doesn't have smart contracts. And the limitation of that is we've had very limited tokenomics, which has been, you know, it has a lot of utility, but it's very limited in one particular dimension. Because we're now building on this open immutable ZK EVM with Polygon's tech, we can now have a huge, essentially, overhaul of IMX utility. And the first thing in what we're announcing today, and obviously it's more for the Web3 crowd than the gaming crowd if you're in this room, is we'll basically be allowed to use IMX as the native gas currency of immutable ZK EVM for the first time ever. So this is essentially like adding on, you know, the core utility of a Solana or an Aptos, which means it'll be used to regulate transactions and sequence transactions on the network. And of course, Matic will be used as our staking token on this, plus all our custom ZK EVMs.
We're here at GDC. There may be some blockchain skeptics, maybe in this room, but certainly probably at this conference.
There's none here at GDC. What do you mean?
Definitely not.
Yeah.
Why does blockchain matter for games and game studios?
Yeah, I think Robbie actually touched on it pretty well. At the end of the day, when you think about you're purchasing anything, right? Say you're purchasing, again, like a pair of shoes from Nike. It's really not Nike's business at that point, what you do with those shoes, what you decide to do with them, how you think about it, right? And so the problem with centralized databases as well is they still have a lot of control over it. And so in that same kind of setup, Nike can be like, well, you can have those shoes, but I'll tell you what you can and can't do with them. Yeah, I'll let everyone know that you own them, but I'm really gonna limit what you can do with them. And so I think it's really important in general that you have like a third-party infrastructure where once the purchase is made, that it kind of can sit there where universally everybody's on that. And so that's what I kind of think of from a blockchain perspective, why it's really good. It's like an intermediary between the person selling the digital asset and the person that's owning it, and that way that it really can be genuinely owned by that individual. And so that's really important because for me, growing up, was a huge Counter-Strike player my whole life. Even playing Valorant all the time now. And look, like somebody just spent $160,000 on a Counter-Strike skin last week, right? You have, Valve or Steam can do whatever they want with that, right? You can't do anything with it. You can resell it into the marketplace, but then that money stays inside of the walled garden of Steam. And that's cool, right? That was pretty innovative for them to do. We just gotta move past that now, right? Like, what is the next iteration of that? How do you evolve past that? And not everything is made for, I think there's a lot of hyperbole in the space. There are so many great games that never need to touch blockchain, right? And I think oftentimes we speak it's gonna do all this for everything. It's not. You look at games like God of War and Last of Us, that shit should never be on chain, right? It makes no sense. It doesn't need to be, right? But I think when you have a lot of this, this movement in these like games as a service or platforms as a service where the model is on free to play and is heavily relying on people buying digital items and cosmetics and skins, you can't just continue to have this one relationship direction where it's like, I'm gonna let you buy this and I'm gonna provide a license to it. And so I think games are starting to think about different ways to leverage players and how to give value back to players. Dead Drop is a great game from Midnight Society where they're really showcasing how do you actually have this open game that anybody can play. They don't need to actually be on, aspects of on-chain and can still have fun with it. But then they have like a founder pass that's really important. And like from that founder pass, because these early adopters were involved, I spent like $50 on it. But this Founder Pass has a bunch of different cool stuff. It lets you vote and be a part of the game development. It lets you get early access to some of the builds that they have. Super cool merch, exclusive events. It's really fun. It's a cool pass. Now that pass is selling for like $1,000. So as a player, you can be like, screw that. I bought this pass because I'm in it for this game. I'm in it for the long run. I don't want to sell it. But the fact of the matter is they invested their time, money, and energy early in this game, right? As part of the development cycle, they as a community and players, right? And now they get to kind of participate in growing it. And it's not about the money at all. It has nothing to do about the money. It's that there is more like equitable distribution of power between the game developer and the community. And I think if you really want these like symbiotic relationships from a games as a service or platform as a service, you need to have more like equitable rights between the developers and the users. So there's a lot of hyperbole in this space. There obviously, if you look at V1 iteration of blockchain games, they were horrendous, financialization first games. It's not the direction that I see the games industry going. When you think about $2 billion, that literally $2 billion of capital was injected into game studios that are built on Immutable and Polygon now, like together, right? Those games haven't even come out. Yeah, in 2022 alone, right? Those games haven't come out yet. And so a lot of what people assess this space on are shit games that kind of came out early that were rushed to market. But those who are seeing, okay, there's these underlying mechanics in which you can kind of have more distribution of power between the gamer and the developer, they see that, and now they're actually starting to think about really smart, unique ways to build that in. And this is not gonna stop. Like announcements are gonna keep happening. Large game Square Enix is building on Polygon now. More game publishers are gonna be announcing that they're building on chain. It's obviously really starting in the East, will continue to come to the West. And so this is happening. It's not gonna stop. It's kind of that ship has sailed. And so like now, how do we actually have really great games that tap into it? So I'm very excited about directionally where it's going.
I want to double down on one thing Ryan said there, which is incentive alignment. Ultimately, the most important thing is not true ownership. It's what incentives does that ownership create? Because at the end of the day, anyone can implement NFTs in their game and then deprecate that game. So what? They don't have to maintain the value. What it does change is the fundamental business models that will be successful in this universe. And those business models are much more pro-player. There's a fundamental incentive alignment between the people building these economies and the people playing these economies. And look at the incentives of the gaming industry today. Warzone 2 made everyone's assets in Warzone 1 valueless so that they could milk another $1 billion. We have Counter-Strike Go deprecating people's assets, even though people want to spend $160,000 on it. People are so desperate for governance and protection over what is an incredibly meaningful part of their lives that literally EVE Online has a delegation of 10 to 15 players every year who fly out twice a year to the headquarters to review changes to the economy and survey code being updated in that game. That is the protection that we're giving players. And the best example I can give of this is, if anyone played Magic the Gathering with physical cards back in the day, there's, I'm sure, a ton here, myself included, although Hearthstone was more my game because I'm a normie. But Magic the Gathering trades tens of billions of dollars of assets every single decade. They have an estimated secondary market cap of $20 billion US. And if Magic the Gathering didn't have to monetize by issuing new primary assets every year, they would no longer have to devalue the old assets by making new and more powerful sets. They could simply improve the experience of the game through whatever means necessary and improve economic volume over time while taking clips on secondary trades. And that incentive alignment is so much better for players because it preserves historic value and creates this ongoing economy and shared unified strategy. You know, last year in the middle of the bear run, Illuvium sold $72 million of land on Immutable, and all of that revenue went back to the players and owners of Illuvium the game. There is not a single other industry in the world, save the fewer than 100 cooperative companies that are really mainstream today, where you can say that of. And this is the vision we're pushing towards. The world is becoming increasingly digital. Gaming is now bigger than music, movies, and TV combined. We're either going to end up in a world where this is owned by Meta and you're charged 52% on it, or Apple and it's 30%, or we're going to end up in a world where it's decentralized. People themselves can have rights and ownership to it, and this incredibly core part of people's identities, they can actually have property guarantees over.
Okay.
How does this partnership in particular help the game studios and gamers?
I think with gamers we've outlined, but with game studios, I think I go back to, it's not been easy to put together all the different things needed to actually ship a game that has an aspect or all of it on chain. I think it's, it requires like an additional technical prowess for these teams. A lot of these teams want to be nimble. They want to just have people that make great games inside of them. They're well capitalized, but now they're having to spend time thinking about tokenomics and thinking about how they think about this stack end to end. It's a pain in the ass. They really shouldn't have to be spending that level of time and detail. So when I think about Immutable, on top of Polygon, you now.
So I know you guys can watch that interview if you want in detail. I'm not gonna let it just keep going. We'll look at the stock, and we'll also talk about the impact of, if you're a gamer and you understand what they're saying, I'll explain it to you like for the non-gamers, and I'll also explain what Polygon, what it does for you. So Polygon builds upon layer 2, upon ETH, the whole ecosystem. Their partnerships, generally it's, if you want to go ahead and go live on this platform, this is going to be the partnership that you needed, because they are partnered up. When he said Square, in Equinox, or like, so all these gaming companies out there are building games, right? Like, I know what Square is. Like, if you guys don't know what Square is, they're, it used to be Squaresoft or something to that effect. Final Fantasy, right? That whole thing going on. Numerous games that they build, and you have in-game assets, sure. But if they're building Web 3.0 gaming, and he said it starts in the East and it's finally getting to the West, he's talking about Asia, China. And the games are built in Japan, period. That's where most games are built. Japan and China, because they have the assets and they have the time to do it. And no, I'm not really being sincere to them. They literally are, that's where gaming is found. Any game you've ever saw, it derives from some portion of Asia. And it stimulates our brains, sure, and it's going to run this world. This partnership has to happen in a way. But when he says, either you can go with Meta, you can go with Apple, because they charge you a premium to be on their platforms, or you can decentralize it and own it yourself. Absolutely right. Like, if you guys ever really played video games and you were playing a game, you used to save all of your loot, everything on a memory stick. And you used to plug it into your PlayStation and save the game. And Super Nintendo was one of the only games that had cartridges, and that allowed you to save it within the cartridge, right? So then when you got to 64, it was the same way. And you get to, like, everything is always saved within the cartridge. And PlayStation changed the world when they said we can save it to a memory stick. And that memory stick you could take with you to other people's houses and plug in and show people what you had. When you would plug in, like, oh no, I can load into my game because it's saved on this memory stick. And that's kind of like this, how this works for me, is the foundation of what it led to, right? So like everyone buys a PlayStation, everyone buys an Xbox with the idea of how much downloadable space do I have on here? It's a damn computer. I want to download these assets and save them onto my system. And as I play Destiny or I play Fortnite or any game that you play that has the seasonality aspect to it, you're constantly, and you guys know this because I'm a father, you are spending so much money every month just to renew that membership to get the newer assets or the newer in-game assets. And it kind of devalues whatever you might do outside of the space. Like my PlayStation, this is the problem I have. My PlayStation 4, now 5 to my son, is invaluable. As in, you could never give me a price of what it's worth because of the account that I have on there. The account I have on there has, over $10,000 spent on video gaming assets, whether it be Fortnite skins, downloads, playable downloads, the LDCs, you name it. There's nothing. I mean, it's to the point where my son is like iffy to delete a game because he has so much in there. 1 terabyte's not nearly enough. And what these guys are telling you is you're going to be able to manage your assets, still keep value in them. When he says a card game like Magic, Magic the Gathering has tournaments all around the world. And there's these Magic nights that people play and they build their decks and they buy cards. And Pokemon's a little different because it has more of a collector's aspect to it. So does Magic in a way, but Magic they actually like utilize the cards and play with them more so than just collecting. And when you look at it, every year they come out with a new pack, a new type of anything. And what he's saying is instead of getting rid of the old ones, keep them intact and give value to the player themselves. All things being fair and equal, maybe they're right. But a gaming studio would say no to this. I'm just speaking on business standpoint. Gaming studio makes money off the return, off the fact of the return. This is why Apple makes a new charger for their new phone, why they make new headphones for the new phone, a new audio jack, a new this, a new that, so that the old phones, you have to go buy a new one, right? The accessories. It's how they can get you on the market of accessories and coming back. Now, I don't know what the return is, the likelihood of gaming, but I do know this. If they can ever announce a partnership with a studio, then yes. But now I have to pay attention to Polygon and what studio partnerships they have. And I have to go look it up. And I read that they're partnered with Disney. I read that they're partnered with Donald Trump and his NFTs. But I still have to see what else they do. So is it a nothing burger? I would go, no, it's not a nothing burger. But it took the wind out of my sails when he says Polygon. I'm just like, oh, God, here we go. Web 3.0 gaming system, Connect. It has to happen. It's still good. I mean, it's still there. Anytime you can partner up with someone and make it bigger, everyone's looking. I'll give you an example. Everyone's going to go through and go, GameStop's going to announce they're buying something, they're merging, they're doing something, and then you come out and they're like, then everyone's like, it's Bed Bath & Beyond, it's Bed Bath & Beyond, and they come out and they're like, yeah, guys, we partnered up with so and so for a new infrastructure in our company for our accounting firm, like our accounting side of it's going to keep track of our inventories better. It's going to help us, and something like that would help out the business. Everyone would be like, oh, that's a nothing burger. And then me, I'd be like, oh, that helps out with the infrastructure of the business. So that's what this is. It helps out with the infrastructure of the business. That's all it is for me. So it's not a letdown. It's not a build up. No, it's a letdown in the fact that I was like, yo, Robbie, you had me for like 10 seconds, bro. It's bigger than gaming. A tweet says a lot, but you know what? I'm going to tell you something else too, guys. I don't know who the hell that guy was in the middle, the guy who used to work for Google, now is there with Polygon, but he's very terrible at his job. He's cursing at a national conference, saying these are shit games and they didn't belong there. And he just kept saying like like curse words, and you can get your point across that way. But these guys are terrible at announcements and getting the crowd revved up, or like explaining the relationship of it all. They do not know how to. These guys, I guarantee you, none of them, I don't care who they are and how much money they make, they don't walk into a bar and wow somebody. They don't walk into I tell you right now, they can't walk into a conference room, a corporate room, and wow them. These guys do not win. And I'm just telling you because they're terrible, man. They're terrible. I mean, they have good news and they have good business, whatever they're doing, but they're not good at this. I'm telling you, there's no dynamic things being pushed, or they don't know how to explain it. Ryan Cohen, Robbie Ferguson, please hire somebody that can walk into a room and just take it over and engulf them with personality and ooze it off. And you want to hear a crowd yell, you want to hear some ranting, you want to hear some partnerships, go, we're partnering up with Polygon. And let me tell you why that's so amazing. Because Polygon has direct ties to Web 3.0 gaming studios, and you just start naming them off. Boom, boom, boom. And yes, and you don't want us to be the ones that have to go do the homework and then put it out to you in a video. No, you want to be the one to give the information out. And you got to be more prepared than that. You got to be a beast, and you got to be charming and charismatic and cleavage and good looks and good sideburns and, I don't know, cheekbones maybe. Do everything you can. That's just me. I'm just speaking, guys. But hell, fuck. Yeah, I hear him all while not trying to fall asleep. But anyway, I have a phone call I got to make. Are you guys here for this phone call? I got Always Sad But Truthful, is a launch day creator on the GameStop marketplace. He has a phone call and he wants to talk, so I'm calling him. Are you here, brother? Let me see if he picks up. He said he was going to go to the bathroom. Always Sad, are you here? Says I'm connected. I'll wait. Let me know when you get your headset on, brother. He's excited. I agree 100%. Yeah. Hire someone who can sprinkle the earnings like Marantz will tomorrow. Yeah, I'll sparkle anything, bro. You should have made the announcement. Ray, man, you guys got to understand. Cheekbones is where it's at. You know what's crazy? Stop delaying your message. You're right. Just catching up. Why is Marantz upset? Was the announcement crappy? It's not that it's crappy, Dizzy. It's the way they deliver it. Like, their audio's off, or they're just lackluster in their delivery. If you want to make something I'm going to tell you, and I'll tell you why it is, guys. I'm going to tell you why it is. Exactly. Crap presentation, solid announcement. I agree, Big Daddy Kane. So here's the problem. I come from the life of, I was raised by a DJ, and I want people to know what impact that has on you. My father, and I tell you guys these stories where he would take us to the fair or to Six Flags or to Disneyland, and he wouldn't let us ride together, my brother and I. We're not getting on that roller coaster, just us, right? And I'll talk to you right now, Always Sad. Give me 1 second. I'm saying the story, okay? I know you're here, brother. Are you here? Did I hear you right now?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah. Hey, shit, you're good.
Okay, thank you. So the way this works is, guys, my dad used to put us there and say, hey, go find somebody to ride with you on the roller coaster. You're not riding by yourselves. So we would have to walk up to girls. Imagine being 12, 10, 11, all the different ages growing up. And you just walk up to a girl and be like, hey, how you doing? I'm going to get on this roller coaster. You want to come with me? They're flipping out. Their family's like, who the hell are these kids? And the girl themselves, if they're there with their friends, like, oh, girl, he's so cute. Let's go. Whatever it was, but it was about building confidence and just striking up a conversation out of nowhere. Like, I don't care what it's about. So when it's time to sell GameStop to somebody, I just walk up and I'm like, have you heard about GameStop? Have you done it? And hey, guys, does it get me into trouble? It can. Hell, I started talking to a lawyer guy this weekend, right? No. So anyway, beyond that, it reminds me of the wedding. And I'll never forget this about the wedding. I say the wedding because my brother had a DJ at his wedding. It was not my father, it was somebody else. And the DJ sucked. I literally coordinated all the music he played. I told him, but hey, we had the best time we could, but that DJ sucked. Then I had my dad DJ my wedding. And I'm going to tell you, my dad comes out and he's like, and I want to announce to you, Mr. and Mrs. Marantz, whatever it may be. And the crowd, probably like 200, 300 people in there. And they were on their feet cheering because my father was revving the crowd, like the way he does. And that reminds me of like how I've always presented myself to my crew or to anyone. I'm always like, hey, everybody, here's what we got going on, and boom, and you just drop it on them. And that's what I was waiting for today when Robbie's pacing through the steps of this game, that game, this game, and then he's ready to announce. And you got to be better than that. And if the guy's hired by Polygon and they're making hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not millions of dollars, pushing something out, they've got to be better than that. And I just don't think people know what it means, what the value is of walking in and being charming and just oozing off your sleeve and just walking and be like, hi, guys, listen up. Here's what I got for you. And then you're fully just stacked in the pockets with these staged questions. That's one thing. But have the questions and have the answers ready to go. Let me talk so that you don't have to ask questions. Let me give you all the info so you don't have to ask those things. So right now, I'm going to do the same thing with Always Sad But Truthful. Always Sad But Truthful is a launch day creator for the GameStop marketplace. He's an avid GameStop supporter. I've known him for 2 years now, a little over 2 years. Always Sad But Truthful. What a great man. How are you doing today, sir?
It has been a rush just to honestly organize my thoughts and put this data together to where normal people can understand what I'm showing. This is real deal shit.
Right. I saw all your posts about the bankings, and I was reading that the Credit Suisse had a lot of debt in different areas, a lot of risk, I should say. And the rumor is that Aragos Capital, the one that went under 2 years ago, carried bags on the GameStop short. And I know people are tying it to AMC short out of nowhere. They feel their RDD's their DD. But what'd you come up with?
Essentially, I was looking through mutual funds holding GME, and I found the top delta value position didn't have any shares, and it had negative values on what were called CFD_EQS, and they're contract for financial difference equity swaps. But they're not on the current GME security. They're on a security that was from GameStop Corporation that was open from 2006 to 2015, but it's actively being used in a currently reported swap. And this has led me into a plethora of hours of trying to figure out how equity swaps actually work. And it's brought me into the mutual fund semi-annual and annual filings to see a listing of the types of swaps and derivatives that they choose to use to hedge, which makes sense in terms of a hedging instrument. But the way this is working out is there's an owner of a stock. They're essentially swapping the position into foreign exchanges using a middleman broker and a foreign affiliate to what appears to be using equity swaps to infinitely short these positions in foreign exchanges like the London Stock Exchange, where they don't have shorting rules and there's no FTD registrations.
Oh, wow. They don't have rules. Okay, so check this out. So I'm looking at one of your posts right here that you did on Twitter. It says Credit Suisse was this commodity return strat 1. And it says CRSOX. And you highlighted the 1 year category return as 1,743%. What exactly were you trying to show there?
Essentially that they're shorting the bonds that they were holding, as shown by the 22,000+% return for 2022. Mm-hmm. And this is it's using foreign entities to pull it off. That mutual fund is a Cayman registration. And I was trying to show in the UBS broker check that FINRA has been litigating these big boys for a long time for being the intermediary between a U.S. entity and a foreign affiliate, and then using shorting in the foreign affiliation and foreign exchanges and misreporting those positions as longs into the SEC, hence dodging reg show and essentially dodging shorting reporting requirements. The whole thing is a rabbit hole, but all of these mutual funds that I'm looking through, they seem to hold major treasury positions and be involved in market making. Now, considering this is using an offshore entity as an intermediary between a foreign affiliate and a U.S. affiliate, and that this is an action that's taking GME directly and swapping it into a foreign entity, if that foreign entity had a total return swap with the owner of the stock, that explains all the returns from my endgame DD.
Okay.
Now they're swapping the position into the foreign exchange with an equity swap. Now that sounds expensive, right? Infinitely short. So if you had a credit default swap on something like Berkshire Hathaway or something, which had infinite returns in the endgame DD, they have a lot of assets on the books. They could offset any liabilities that you do have by going short something so much. And I'm proposing a swap setup and a counterparty ring that is doing this as well to the treasuries and also doing it to foreign treasuries. And I believe that this is specifically the missing element from the everything short. And it matches up perfectly with the Glass Castle and the House of Cards DDs, whereas this was the missing element.
Okay.
Most people are looking at ETFs and borrowable shares, but that's had rule regulation applied to it since Dodd-Frank, Yep. But nobody's ever brought up mutual funds. And at the base of these mutual funds, they hold all the 2008 toxic assets. They hold all the 2001 toxic assets and the mortgage loan trust companies that were the underwriters for those toxic assets.
So I'm going to tell you a crazy stat, okay? Because
I hope that wasn't too much at once.
Not for me. I know for some people to catch on, some people won't. But let's talk about it in simple terms so that I can help you think about what you just said. Okay, because it makes my mind go. The Frank-Dodd Act, okay, the Barney Frank and the Dodd implementation of that act was during the Obama administration. I believe it went live in 2011. Am I mistaken? Am I correct there? 2010, 2011 timeframe. Now, the FTDs, check this shit out because my mind just triggered with you. The FTDs on the market as a whole were the highest they've ever been December 2010. I believe it was 2010. If it's not December, it's December of 2011. It's one of the 2 months. But we went from having, right now, FTDs for the global market is around 3 billion shares not delivered every two weeks. On average, 1.5 to 3 billion, in that range. During the GameStop crisis, the market FTDs were 6 billion shares. In 2011 and 10, that time frame where I was talking about, the FTDs were about 10 billion, almost double what it was during GameStop. So if your theory is correct, that means they wiped away FTDs via an equity swap of some kind overseas.
Yeah, which UBS is actually, I shared into your Discord the snippet from the UBS broker check to show and confirm specifically what you're saying.
Yeah.
This has been going on for a long time, but technically all these guys are in-house reporting, but by using foreign affiliates and, certain code flaws, they seem to have kept this up for many years.
Yeah, well, it looks like, how could you close out that many FTDs and the market not go crazy, right?
Well, by putting the FTDs on the ETFs and the mutual funds, that way the original owning entity, like the investors into GameStop and that endgame DD, like everybody owns something. The ETFs own stuff and the mutual funds own stuff. And those are all separate from retail. Well, each of them plays a role in how to get this into the foreign affiliate hands using swaps of various kinds.
I just keep buying, bro. That's the best I can do.
Well, honestly, by showing this and by showing how they are shorting everything, that's where we can apply accountability. But if nobody's willing to acknowledge what is wrong, then honestly, it's up to idiots like me to make enough noise about it until they actually acknowledge what we're talking about.
Yeah, and no, I hear you. I'm making noise in a different way. I've got a series called Connect the Dots. And
yeah, because this goes back to 2008. And honestly, Warren Buffett bailed out Salomon Brothers using Travelers Group, which was acquired by Citigroup, which was involved in Enron, involved in Washington Mutual, involved in Lehman and Bear Stearns, was a key player in the 2008 mortgage-backed securities, and they also show their entries into all of the meme stocks in 2013, 5 years after the collapse. This
right. What are your windows though? I remember you telling me this. The windows are what, 10, 5, and 2? Like you're saying we're in an equity swap is like a 2-year expiration window?
I'm honestly thinking 3-year and 5-year intervals is what I'm honestly thinking. But this is complicated, and I don't know anyone that knows all of this stuff that's willing to hop in and help us. Like we got to put ourselves through Harvard Business School just to understand this shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean because I read all damn day.
Me too, brother.
I know you do.
But I knew that my opinion, you're an honest person with good intent. So I wanted to share this information with you and your community because every time I write a write-up, it's available for 12 hours and then nobody sees it ever again. So there has grassroots dissension of the information. That way everybody can learn, pick and choose what they want to learn out of it and understand the scheme. Because this involves the treasuries, the economy, the foreign currencies, the interest rates, the equities. This involves everything. And it's literally how the everything short has come to be the everything short.
Yeah, well, what I don't understand is how the government says it's not systemic, but yet then they say they're willing to save every regional bank because it could be systemic if Signature Bank were to collapse. Signature Bank has a distinctive profile into cryptocurrency to offset exactly what is the US dollar. So I want to know what the hell the plan really is. And there's obviously it's bigger players than you and I. GameStop is one thing, right? It's like the peg that led us down this road, but and I'm happy to buy it. But I just think that it's so much bigger than that. It's like that's what gave us the beacon to dig deeper. But when you really look at it, this world could come crashing down tomorrow, and these excuse my language, they will not admit it. They will not allow it to happen. You just strong-armed HSBC. Is that who the hell bought it? No, USB, right? Hello, I couldn't even think.
UBS. But UBS is one that I gave you broker check links to show that this scheme exists in that entity, and that's more than likely why they're chosen to pick up Credit Suisse is because they have the scheme to continue shorting the shorts that Credit Suisse holds.
Well, they got two options. They had two options: buy it at a shitty price or nationalize the bank. You don't have that option. So they literally had to go buy it whatever price they told them they had to. They had no other option. No one else was going to do it. It's kind of like how you painted Bank of America in a corner with the Merrill Lynch deal in the past.
Yeah,
you're doing
it's
great.
A mess, man. And it's hard to explain this simply. I really hope I explain this simple enough for everyone to understand. I have no idea what everyone knows, you know?
Yeah. So right here, Kyoto says, so basically the push into ETFs and mutual funds since the 2000s was basically there to get retail to provide liquidity to establish the swaps and hide the massive FTD bags.
And unfortunately, all of the underwritings and all of the paperwork for Salomon was in World Trade Center 7. You know, that's all Citigroup 101. I really, when you think about it in path of how I said it with Travelers Group to Citigroup to GameStop, it would very much explain the perspective of somebody that found the tranches with the mortgage-backed securities and the entity behind the mortgage-backed securities, seeing what they're doing with the company. And then, you know, we might explain what Burry was looking at when he bought in the first place. Power to the players.
Yes, sir. Have you read this? It said
a thread, you know, there's a thread here.
HSBC bought part of Silicon Valley Bank, and then the building they sent the files to burned down at the end of last week.
I think in my opinion, is that all of the fraud is part of the business plan, and that the fines that they receive are simply government premiums.
Well, did you hear about this one? All the money that's being given to the banks, like via the banks. Hold on, I got a message here. And all of the money that's being given to the banks via the banks, i.e. to hold up like First Republic or anything like that, that's actually the Fed feeding money to those banks secretly. That's what I heard. And I don't know if it's real or not, but they're basically saving banks.
economic time frame right. That we got bond scandal. Those are carried by credit default swaps onto real estate entities, which were mortgage-backed securities. And that right there is the simple 1987 to 2008. They needed somewhere else to swap this into. So that went into foreign markets. And that's the potential reason that all of this is happening.
But who's going to take this loss?
We are. We, normal people, we pay for this inflation and treasury bullshit that everything is doing with the hours that we put into work. That's us paying for it. That's our parents paying for it. That's our grandparents paying for it. That this explains the 800% inflation since the Bretton Woods fell apart in 68. How does it inflate 800%? It has to go somewhere, and it went to the people that were doing all of these schemes. And each time it happens, they offer up one lowball person to the flame just for public scrutiny. Oh, we sent him to jail. But the ones that are actually behind this, the whole fraud scheme, they never even get talked about. I hate to say it, man. I'm all in. And what I'm proposing is that our economy, this is all financially engineered. And there's no other way for it not to be financially engineered.
I totally agree with that. I agree with that because I understand with supply chain issues, where those are self-induced. I've said that. And then this whole banking issue is a self-induction as far as bank runs happening. You tell me that some guy tweets out and that triggers billions of dollars to leave regional banking into $15 billion into B of A in 3 days. That's ridiculous. I didn't think people even realize how much $1 billion is, let alone $15 billion to leave regional banking into one of the 4 big banks.
Yeah, what honestly freaks me out a little bit is that in my eyes, this is kind of like unconventional warfare, but it's against the people. Because the people carry the weight for it, because they're doing it with our currency that we use to buy food that's being inflated to oblivion. That affects us. These entities that are behind this fraud, they exist on such a wealth level, they don't even know what a gallon of milk costs.
Yeah, and now you know why I won't do the interviews I do. I've been offered 3 interviews now. Always have a truthful 3. With the social elite, and I have turned down every single one with the fear of what could happen to me. Because I'm nothing. I'm small. I'm just a guy with a mic and a camera. But what it could mean if you know my life or if you know my family, I don't even jeopardize that. So I'm just looking from afar. I just like GameStop. Like, what the hell? Let me just like my games. Right. I can't even do that.
Well, I mean, I feel like that once you take away the hope of somebody's upward mobility in society, like, hey, I'm going to make a bunch of money. My kid's going to have a better life. I'm going to set them up. They're going to college. Once you realize the fugazi of that, for me, it became the hope of fixing what's wrong. That's the purpose here. I don't want anything from anybody except for them to hopefully just read the things, try to figure it out. And that's the benefit here. Because then they can't lie to you no more. That's it.
I'm going to give you something about U.S. banking, okay? Something that people are probably like looking over right now, and they're probably nervous. So in 2020 and 2021, we had an influx on the markets on over 1,500 SPAC companies launched. When those blank check companies launched a partnership with I'm going to say not real companies, okay? Because you're here, I'm going to do this DD right here on the screen with you. Just for everyone that knows what the hell's going on, I want to show you guys something. I found a company, okay? And this is so deep, but I'm going to pull it up right now on my screen. You don't have to see the screen if you don't have access to it. I understand, but I'll read most of this to you. Guys, this is a work in progress. It's not complete. But I want to show everyone how, like, they're using SPACs against people and with the money they're doing it with, like how they're doing it. So JP Morgan is the partner with Apollo Global Management Crew. JP Morgan and Apollo have numerous partnerships for billions of dollars worth of acquisitions over the last X amount of years. This is a distressed credit cycle we're stuck in. But there's this thing called Cleaver. Is that Cleaver Leaves? I don't know. Clever Leaves. They appointed David Caston as their general counsel and corporate secretary. And when they put him on this board of directors for their company, it was to facilitate a bankruptcy. But it's not what you think. It's not a bankruptcy. It's more of a SPAC via a company that they're trying to find assets in. And he's known for doing this because he did Toys R Us and Bain Capital for a total of $6.6 billion. Vornado Trust was the real estate firm used. They wrote off the whole transaction as a loss in 2018. That means they didn't lose a single dollar. They just used it as a tax return deal. Anyway, this guy is a CRO. He is what they call a chief restructuring officer. They're put into companies to facilitate bankruptcies and or the agenda of the hedge funds and the banks that are partnered up with them. To give an example, the company that he's actually merging with, they're actually merging with a SPAC. That's how they were going to do this transaction. And the SPAC company, I have all the information coming up to you guys in a minute, but the SPAC company had a board of directors, and I went and looked at this board of directors and I said, what the hell, how could you merge with a SPAC company that has this lineup? Like, it's like you're walking into the land of no return. And here's the lineup. First, it's Cara Moreno, who has actual ties to consult. She's a consultant for the Boston Clearing Corporation, right, in London. So that was her prior stint. They have total, partnerships with distressed credit investors. If you go ahead and scroll down, you have Christopher B. Harand. This gentleman here is what we call a certified CRO. Like, these are independent chairmen on boards of directors for numerous things. So when you look at, just remember, guys, GameStop originally had these types of people in it, and Ryan Cohen pushed them out. So when we're looking at banks, and you're seeing banks have individuals on their board of directors that don't belong there, but yet they have an agenda like SVB did. SVB put in $75 million onto Black Lives Matter. They had numerous ties to administration, whether it be Obama and Biden. There is a leverage lean towards our innovation corridor called Silicon Valley. And that's what the banks are. First Republic Bank has over 40% of their business done in San Fran the same way. This individual here he has previously served with Nomura. Is that how you say that? Nomura Securities International? He's been with them.
They're rabbit hole.
Yep. Oh, but I got the hole. Robert W. Bard Company. He's been with them. Cypress Group. Lehman Brothers. He's with Lehman Brothers from 1985 to 2001. And he's with Quad Graphics, Lakeview, Southern. I have all the companies. But when you look at this guy, first, Apollo hires Nomura executive and suspended in wake of Archegos. Okay? So when they got in trouble with Archegos, they do all that. They go ahead and still send him over to Apollo. Now, this guy was part of security, those Nomura securities. And as you look through, Apollo buys Tamco from CVC, Apollo Global, whatever. But look at this. Citigroup, Credit Suisse, Nomura Holdings, and UPS provided debt financing in support of the transaction. $1.4 billion. Okay? This is in 2012. They were still doing leverage buyouts via those four banks. The four banks that are included, or the financial advisors, are all suspect right now during a crisis. Apollo Global Management acquires Great Wolf Resorts. If you read the fine print, Deutsche Bank Securities has served as financial advisor for the company, who is Great Wolf, and Paul and Weiss and Rufkin, whatever it may be. But Morgan Stanley, UBS Investment Bank, and Nomura Securities International are serving as financial advisors to Apollo. That kind of tells you exactly what you need to know and what money you need to follow. Guys, the money's so deep, and these guys, these CROs, they're planted on the boards. Like right here, Baird. If you guys look at these guys, the initial public offering, they actually, they were co-manager in this offering. Rexnord Corporation, a portfolio company of funds affiliated with Apollo Global Management. So when you look at Baird, and I want you to go back to this guy also served as managing director for that company as well. He's been on every board with every single company that you see here. Danica Business Systems If you look at Danka Business Systems, you're going to find out that they were bought out by Pitney Bowes. Pitney Bowes, and so that was Apollo as well. So as we go here, this is going to tell you Apollo Education Group and this group right here with the Vistoria Group, whatever it may be, they bought out a company for $1.4 billion. But look at what it says here. In 2008, Apollo Group formed a joint venture with the Carlyle Group. They're together, and that's called Apollo Global. Guys, the Carlyle Group, if you guys remember, Frank Carlucci, former Secretary of Defense, former CIA head. This individual was at the highest ties to the government with the Reagan administration, all the way from Kennedy all the way through to Reagan. He was he was one of the main guy, chief investment officer for Carlyle Group, and they partnered up with Apollo at that same time frame. For Robert W. Bard, they actually have the business school conference, and who's always the presenter there for oh my goodness, and I disconnected. Is that even possible?
I'm trying to find the write-up. I'll put it in your Discord.
No worries, I appreciate that.
I got him.
It's all good. I'm going to keep going once I connect. I think I'm reconnecting now. So that happens.
It happens when we talk about things, you know?
Whenever I start talking about this shit, I disconnect. So here you go. So we're going to go back into this. So as you look at the Cypress Group here, we're going to look at, they were actually formed from 4 senior members of Lehman Brothers in 1994. So the one board of director has worked for all of this. But if you look at what the Cypress Group was, the 4 founders were responsible for restarting Lehman's merchant banking efforts, and that's what happened. They also, 2 of them, the 2 founders of this group, broke off and started a group called Blackstone Group, if you know exactly who Blackstone is. So
Blackstone is one of the mutual funds that is short on GME that I'm finding these swaps in.
Yes. So Blackstone led a group of providers, $1.8 billion on a leveraged buyout. Okay. And Blackstone partnered up with Thoma Bravo, KKR, and Apollo Global. So Apollo, KKR, Blackstone, you guys know the deal. It's the same characters every time, sharing the money amongst themselves. Now, the company spun off Capital Services to a New York private equity group called Cerberus Capital Management. We know that that is now Apollo owned and run. Pitney Bowes, which is part of that right there. If you saw what I'm talking about, Danka, Pitney Bowes is right here, the Danka Services. Pitney Bowes also acquired Danka Services International. That one board of director, guys, this is all from one board of director here. This guy, Christopher, he was on that board of directors as well at Danka Business Systems, PLC, okay? He served as a non-executive director during that time frame right after. So you just keep them in play the whole way. So who owns that? Well, Pitney Bowes did, and we all know what happened with Pitney Bowes. And if you don't, read the very bottom. The British software company, Portrait Software, was acquired by Pitney Bowes in 2010 by nearly $64 million. Guess what? Apollo bought it for $400 million. Pitney Bowes sold its management services division to Apollo Global Management in 2013 for $400 million. So they have planted these people on the boards for a long time. You see this guy right here. This is all part of a SPAC company that is going to partner up with that little clever whatever company that David Kasten is now the lawyer in charge of it all. This is AboveNet Communications. AboveNet, they restructured out of bankruptcy for $2.2 billion after a sale to Zayo in 2012. The reason why I show you this guy and that announcement is because GTCR to buy Eagle Picture from Apollo. Guy, as they go through, guys, look at GTR. They buy it from Apollo, right? Remember the name? I hope you do, because Apollo is in talks to buy ASG Security merge with Protection One. What does that mean? If you read it, it tells you right here in February that Apollo was the lead to acquire the Protection One from buyout from GTCR for $1.5 billion. So they're going to buy it out from them. But look what GTCR bought, the very next transaction before that. So how are they getting money to Apollo? Here it is. GTCR and Charles Bank Capital are committed equity to buy out Zayo's group for $2.2 billion of the acquisition of AboveNet. So now do you know the ties to this dude right here? This guy, he's the one who facilitated the bankruptcy of AboveNet for $2.2 billion, right? And who was it actually through? GTCR. And where were they doing it from? The $2.2 billion. Now who's actually doing business with them? Apollo as well. But here's the crazy guy, the guy who kind of ties everything together for me. His name's John Jar Walker. John Jar Walker has been a CFO for 37 years. So unassuming for me, whenever I see a guy like this placed on a board that doesn't make any sense. But as you read it and you go through, as something tricked me in my head. It said right here that he was an executive on Loews, Loews, Cineplex Entertainment Corporation. Okay? He was with them. He was a CFO. They were acquired by AMC in 2006. Guys, that is an Apollo-run company, AMC. How the hell are all these board of directors part of this SPAC company? All ties to Apollo, and David Kasten is the actual lawyer in charge of the transaction and the deal. That tells me that when he's over here at Bed Bath & Beyond, where he's at right now, and you see all the board of directors with ties to Apollo, like Sue Gov, their CEO, CRO turned CEO. Remember that, because that's how it happens. This guy right here is a plant to that point. But when I go look up that Lowe's Cineplex deal, you don't want to know what I found, guys. You guys don't want to know what I found. It's not even fun to look at, because that tells you AMC was the setup of a lifetime. But we'll go to this guy still, because we're not done. This guy here, he's been a part of this group, and I don't even know this group, but he actually does bankruptcies. But as I was reading him, I want to know why I put him on the list. He had no business here. I don't even know why I got him. Maybe because he's ugly? No, he was part of the Zaya group. There it was. How is that even possible? Bro.
Sorry, bro. This happens to me everywhere on the internet with anyone I talk to. It's just the way it is, friend.
Bro. Oh.
I'm not even being stupid. I'm being honest.
No, I got you. So they disconnected me again. I'm back to being connected. Hi.
You should look at the repo participants list and see how many of the entities are operating in the repo markets.
Oh, I'm going to do that too. So the craziest part here, and I know why I have this guy on here, is because not only was he part of the AboveNet group and the Zayo group corporations. Remember, he's part of that group, so you know he's partnered up with the other guy. But check this guy out. You guys ready? Gary M. Julian. Gary M. Julian is the executive vice president, CFO, and director for this little SPAC group. Look at all their history, guys. Bankruptcy, restructuring. They're all CROs. This whole board of directors are not there for the foundation of the company and what they're about to run. What they are plants by the connecting group, which is this whole group that's run by David Kasten, and he's the one actually doing the deal. But as you look at this and what are his holdings and what are his connections, look at the very bottom. He previously worked at Global Crossing Ltd. Guys, if you don't know what Global Crossing is, I'll remind you. Global Crossing. In 1997, Global Crossing was founded by Gary Winnick, the former manager in the bond desk at Drexel, Branham, and Lambert. He was appointed that, and as you know, during the dot-com bubble, they were evaluated at $47 billion, this company, Global Crossing. But they had never announced a profit at any time. It was fake. It was flat air. It's the largest bankruptcy at the time in the dot-com bubble. Gary Winnick, who was a known criminal, allegedly, via Drexel, Branham, and Lambert. That is Global Crossing. And if you don't know the connection, Global Crossing is also where the head of Legion Partners, their founder, was born and raised, right? He actually went through this network of Apollo-run companies, and that's what Drexel, Branham, and Lambert are. All those guys that left there went and formed Apollo. Ares, they went and formed Apollo, Ares, Pegasus, and numerous other companies, right? So, hey, what do I know? I'm just telling you that's where that guy comes from. Maybe you don't know that part. But I'm going to show you something that's different.
I appreciate it. You're so freaking smart, Marantz.
Oh, it's all right. We're going to keep going, okay? We're not going to stop there. So this is the current board of directors for this group. Well, I have Exo here, Acquisition Corp here on the screen. Don't worry about them, because this is their whole board of directors here. Anthony Miller, Peter Davis, Jeffrey M. Glick. Okay, these are the guys, board of directors for this new Acquisition Corp up here. We're going to pay attention to that, but pay attention to the little box on your left. It says these are the new CFO, Executive Vice President Director, Gary Julian, the guy I just showed you. George, I don't even know how to say his last name, Schultz. He is the actual CEO and chairman of the board for that company, that SPAC company. The SPAC company is called SAMA. I believe that's what it's called, SAMA. They were merging, and David Kasten's working the deal. But look who's the new CFO. Out of nowhere, Jeffrey Glick. Okay, Jeffrey Glick shows up. He's not on the original prospectus, so I had to go look at the current CFO right now after the acquisition already went through. Jeffrey Glick. Yeah, you want to know what he is, guys? Anybody want to know? He's a CRO. Remember, guys, Chief Restructuring Officer. That's what I call him, and here's why. First, let's go look at this former company that Jeffrey Glick was on with the Exlor Acquisition Corp, right? If you go to their board of directors, the actual guy who's in charge of it all, the Chief Chairman Executive Officer, Tony Miller, read it, and I highlighted it for you. He was during his time at Vistra. Remember I showed you that, Vistra? If you guys can remember who was with Vistra, this guy up here. So the acquisition of the company that happened was right here. Where was it, guys? You know I had it on one of these screens. It's where it said Vistra was part of the acquisition. Right here. So if you saw here, Apollo Global Management and Vistra Group, right here, boom. They were the ones with the Carlyle Group that formed over here. So they helped form Apollo Global Education Group. So this guy, Jeffrey Glick, is now partnered up with Tony Miller, who is part of that actual forming of the education group of Apollo. Now you have an Apollo CEO and chairman of the board on this company, and Jeffrey Glick's with them. In addition to that, Mr. Miller worked with Silver Lake, okay? He's with Silver Lake. You guys know they're in the same address and same building, the Salo building in New York, with Apollo at the time. They have since moved about 2 years ago. But this guy has all the ties to Apollo, Silver Lake, everything. Remember, AMC's all of this. Now, why am I telling you this stuff? Because this company that Tony Miller runs has Pete Davis in it as well. And if you look at Pete Davis, he's Boston Consulting Group since 2012. He's worked as a senior advisor with the Boston Consulting Group. In addition to that, the McGraw and Hill, if you guys don't know about Tim McGraw and the Hill and his wife, they have some money tied up with these private equity firms. But he was retained by Apollo when he left the company, the previous company with McGraw and Hill Education. He was obtained by Apollo Global Management to advise him on the buyout business successful $2.4 billion deal. So this guy has ties to Apollo, right? Apollo hired him. They love him. That's how much. But guess what? All of these guys are in with who? With Jeffrey Glick. Jeffrey Glick, who's not, I don't even have his whole list here because I was still forming this whole damn thing. We're going to go back and we're going to go to, because remember, guys, I told you, I hadn't finished it yet. But you know your boy's working. I'm always working. That's another guy we're about to look at. We're about to get there on him. Which one am I in right here? Let's see if I'm Jeff. Jeffrey. No, he's not in on this one. Okay, we'll just Google him. We'll just do it the easy way. Hey, guys, if you guys don't know, Google's your best friend, okay? So I'm going to show you guys something. The current CFO on that deal, all right, is Jeffrey. There he is. Oh, look at that. Came up already, right? Jeffrey Glick. Apollo. I just hit Jeffrey Glick. It doesn't even matter. This dude right here. This guy. I can point on this one. Jeff. Now, Jeffrey Glick, right here, Anthony Miller is CEO, and Jeffrey Glick is our CMO, is our CFO. So let's go look at what Jeff does right here. Jeffrey Glick, he's with them for now, with the International. But as we go down, read his mergers and acquisitions, I want to know where, they're not going to show it to you? Oh, buddy. Well, they're not going to show you that. They already show you here that he's partnered up with these Apollo guys. That's half of it. But I'm going to have to go to the other part where I was on Lowe's. You guys remember we talked about Lowe's? And the Cineplex? Lowe's Cineplex, that deal? All right, let's go there. We already proved Jeffrey's partnered up with Tony Miller and Pete Davis. But let's go ahead and go to Lowe's. Right here. Board of Directors. So if you go to Lowe's Board of Directors and you find out who was ever on their board, there's an independent director right here by the name of Mark Bellingson. Mark Bellingson is an independent director for all of these companies at one point in time. When this is a CRO, guys, okay? I just want you guys to follow me down this hole because it just got deep. Mark has 29 jobs in the past decade or in the past 3 decades. And here's how it works. He was Apollo, right here, board member and audit committee member at Apollo. In addition to that, guys, every company that he's gone to, he is listed as a chief restructuring officer. At times, he was listed as chief restructuring officer and CEO. All of these companies have ties to Apollo. Oh, you don't believe it? He was actually sitting on the board of Caesars Acquisition Company, part of the Caesar coup, right? If you guys know what happened at Caesars and the leverage buyout that happened in Vegas Go read up on it. It was monumental. In addition to that, this individual has a tie, and wow, it's not even listed. Oh, it better be listed, guys. Oh, there's 2 ties that are not on here. So Athene right now, an annuity and life insurance company. He is the lead independent director and member of the board of directors. If you don't know what Athene is, guys, the parent company of Athene is without a doubt Apollo. Oh, and they're not going to show it to you. I'll show it to you. How about right here? This guy right here, this is him, Mark Bellingson. Mark Bellingson is the chief restructuring officer, okay? He's with everybody you can think of. He's shut down all these numerous companies. He was just recently kicked off the board of directors with Neiman Marcus. Neiman Marcus was a Apollo-owned company where he was put on the board, him and another individual, as those CROs to do what they do to these companies, break them down from the inside out. So Athene Annuity is right here. That is run by Apollo. He's run Apollo Real Estate, and you'll see right here, he was on the board of directors for right here, Lowe's Cineplex. That is the AMC buyout. If you don't know what happened there on the AMC and Lowe's, AMC bought out Lowe's in 2006. Just so happens Lowe's had about 7 people from Apollo on the board of directors. In addition to that, they all got inherited over. Bain & Capital and Apollo and Carlyle Group, all part of this group that bought out AMC at the bottom. AMC already had so much debt, and they were building up debt then. They knew it was going under in 2005, 4, 3, 2, 1, hit me. There's so much more to go here, guys, but this is how you walk down this path. And to make it full circle is you saw all of these guys on the board of directors. All of these guys are here, and it's on the board of directors for this company that's been approved to merge via a SPAC over here, SMA, right here. Boom. That's the SPAC. The participation's connected. That SPAC company has all Apollo people on it. And who is the head attorney of this whole deal? David Kasten. David Kasten, right here. He is the head counsel for the whole deal. Now, you tell me what the hell this guy's doing in private equity across the board. He is just a liaison for what's happening to you and your money. David Kasten has been connected to them. He's been connected to Toys R Us. And now he's at Bed Bath & Beyond, allowing them to do whatever they're going to do. And why? Because you have 3 advisors. You have Ancura, you have Macellum, and you have, who's the last one I can't think of? Legion Partners, all of whom have ties to private equity, ties to SAC Capital, ties to Apollo, and yet I'm the bad guy. Peace. Well, there you go. That was over there. How you doing? Back to you if you're still here, brother. I don't know if you're even still here.
It is my pleasure to. How funny. Yeah, I'm glad you didn't. It sounds dumb. One step past what you know, and then you get into Epstein things.
Oh, yeah. No, I know all about that. Yeah. He's part of it.
Circle of things. But yeah. I usually don't talk about any of that shit because it's not relevant to what normal everyday people need to know for them to understand if they simply like the stock or not. That's why I tell everybody, just buy what you like. You know, the rest of us will figure it out. It's okay. But in terms of showing and educating people the constantly used loopholes that have never publicly been discussed outside of our community, that's the key. That's the game. And just like you can't fix the game without acknowledging, addressing, and then forcing accountability.
Right.
That's how you fix the game, you know? But I feel like that this is so spiderweb meshed because 08 seems to have gone international in its own ways to where, yeah, this stupid scheme is affecting everything now.
Well, you're in a cycle.
There's not one.
You're in a cycle.
Yeah, very much.
That's all it is. It's a distress credit cycle that they've been saving money for a long time, waiting for it to pounce. I mean, you know, what the banks do is one thing, but if the banks are going to, you know, raise interest rates, these guys have the heads up well before. They have plants everywhere. That's just me. And yeah, so without a doubt, the guy's connection is real. And I know some of this stuff is walked into my doorstep, literally. So the head investment of Apollo and Caesars, it was, if people don't know, it was run by Mark Rowan, and he is the current head of Apollo. He was one of the founders of it all. But they literally were, it was a backdoor deal. So no, Mudrick wasn't involved in that deal from what I know. It was Kirkland Kirkland Ellis, right? They were the ones, the actual attorneys. It was Citigroup. It was Blackstone. And I mean, the individuals from these firms, but it was all Apollo. And I have to read the book. There's a book about it that's in depth. But when I look at it, it looks like this guy, this lawyer I was just talking to you about, Mark Bellingson, is in on that as well. And it's bad, though. The firm is co-founded by Leon Black, Mike Milken's right-hand man, while he was at Drexel, Burnham, and Lambert, if you guys don't know. And they're famous guys. They formed Apollo, and now they're the bad guys. But from what I have heard, and this is, guys, I can't do it. I can't tell you what I've heard because it's not fair. It's not fair, and it puts me in a spot. It's gonna put me in a spot, and I don't want to get in a spot. So I'm just gonna leave it at that. I can connect the dots here for you on the screen, but other than that, you're in this cycle right now. We're gonna do our best. I got to get going. I got to get to work. But I appreciate everybody. I wish these streams could go forever, guys. I do. Shout out to Abe. Abe, you sent a $10 super chat. You're a punk ass. Somebody give him 300 seconds. Being banned. I know he was telling me I'm muted, but the rules are the rules. I'm joking, Abe. I love you, brother. Everybody else, yeah, no BS. Certain people know. You know, guys, let me tell you guys something, okay? I'm gonna say something to you. I need that TDLR. Yeah, I know. I'm going to tell you guys something. Just so you guys know how much I'm aware of what I say and why I say it. I have a team here that helps. Yesterday, when I actually got asked to do an interview yesterday. Like, it was like a joint interview type deal. Like, we're ready to go. And the first thing I did was I called Lindaril. He's the lawyer on the staff. He knows exactly what I'm going through. And he gave me some advice. I called Peppard. Peppard's my man. I called Almo to calm me down. And I'm telling you guys right now, message Kyoto what it was. And we've opted not to take the channel a certain direction, because if we go down that path, it can ruin you. And I mean by ruin me physically, personally. You know, my job can go in jeopardy. My life can go into jeopardy. My family can go into jeopardy, because the minute I show and say what was said, there's no way, you can't come back from that. So why bring it up, right? That's what some people say. Why bring it up? Just know that the integrity of this channel and the weight of it weighs upon me every day. If I were ever to get silenced and or shut down, I would feel like I did you a disservice. But we can have a conversation offline with numerous of you guys. You guys know who you are once I trust you that way. Oh, is that what it is? New position? Okay. Yeah, but no, it was before that, Pep. I have to read the book. You know, I have to go that route. But I'm still putting together chapter. I could clip that part that we just did right now as Connecting the Dots Part 10. But what it is it's chief restructuring officers going into companies and doing things and being paid to do them, and they're doing the wrong things on purpose. That's what happens to these companies. They're actually torn apart from the inside. And is it illegal? No. That's the part. That's the part that Mike Milken figured out in prison when he said, you know what, I got caught for selling junk bonds to these individuals, but what we can really do is do an operational distress. So do an operational change instead of just doing paper. And if you do paper, it's one thing, right? They can find you. They can say, oh, they manipulated the stock or they manipulated the people. But if you can go in there and change the board of directors and plant the people that you put in there, that's what we're showing you. So as an investor, why are we doing this? Because as an investor, it is so easy. It's actually elementary to call out the companies that are doing it so that you avoid putting your money in them. Go look at Bed Bath & Beyond, and I'm going to show you a failed YouTuber by the name of PP Seeds. Okay, guys? Give him some pub. Go give him a view. I don't care. Listen to me. This guy told me I know nothing about Bed Bath & Beyond. I don't know how to invest. What the fuck am I doing? Get the fuck out of here. Leave it to professionals. I'm going to tell you how unprofessional this kid is. He's lost every dollar he's ever put in. In addition to that, he's managed to lead people down a path to put in more money and more money off of the hopes and dreams that Ryan Cohen and Carl Icahn are going to save that company. And I'm telling you who's in the company. And I'm telling you who to avoid. I can tell you Kohl's. I can tell you Target. I can tell you Bed Bath & Beyond. I can tell you numerous companies to avoid. And why? Because I know what the writings on the wall say. And what they say is this. They have their people in play. They're ready to go. And if you heard Leon Black in the interview I put out there, he said it might take you up to a decade to exit that position because it's not what you buy. It's what you pay for it. GameStop. Can't stop, won't stop, GameStop. I'm going to see you around, millionaires. Peace. Thank you so much for always sad but truthful. I appreciate you, brother. I'm going to get going. One.
Love you, big dog. Bye.
Yes, sir.
Welcome to Marantz Rantz, no advice on finance. Spin the wheel and take a chance. Get an NFT and a little education. The system got undertow, that knowledge is flotation. You wanna learn? Well, you came to right place. You pumping AMC, might get slapped in the face. Get your due diligence, know who the villain is. Don't be a sheep when the shepherd's carnivorous. So come learn, laugh, and maybe you win big. And listen up, y'all, the wheel is not rigged. Everybody get a chance in the live chat. Kyoto spin wheel, you win just like that. Retail fight back and this retail winning. Y'all just wait, man, this is just the beginning. All fellow simians, GME group singing the truth. We just chillin', infinity pool swimming. So welcome to Marantz Rantz. A lot of knowledge but no advice on finance. Don't even need pants, you can tune in naked like Kenny the Mayo Man. Internet's most hated. Don't wanna lose your money, then it's time for you to listen. If you're ignorant, invest in AMC, a superstition. The stream about ready, they told us to don't dance. I do what I want. Welcome to Marantz Rantz. 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 Welcome to Marantz Rantz.